Live. Truth Behind Illusion is back.
44.
Episode 44. Thank you. I want to do something like, I want to do horror movie intros, like not horror movie, like horror people, like good evening. Just do
Like the classic,
welcome to
the
the
classic
show.
Vincent Price. If
Yeah.
anybody can get the classic,
Yeah, I don't know if I can do his
Price,
voice.
It was awesome. I
You know?
loved Vincent Price.
I forgot about the Alfred Hitchcock and so right now.
Yeah.
And then I went to do the that Twilight Zone voice too.
Oh, I
do
ordered
that.
my Twilight Zone T-shirt from Fright Rags.
Oh,
I got
they I didn't even see them.
I got the long sleeve.
Oh, nice.
It glows in the dark.
Ooh, oh, I did see that one. That is nice. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So when you go glow bowling, you should wear that one.
Yeah,
In the world
I'm gonna wear it everywhere I go.
forever. This
Forever.
one Twilight Zone shirt. Join us.
In the chat already, hanging out, Mike
Mike.
Alvarado hanging out, give it a yo, and
Hello.
La Familia, my Aunt Mary joining us saying
Oh,
hello.
wow. Hi.
Yeah, she actually messaged me. She goes, "How do I watch and do all this?" So
That's
I
cool.
sent her all the
Aw.
links.
Thanks,
She's been
Mary.
super
Appreciate
supportive.
it.
Yeah, she's a superstar. All the support's great. If you guys are watching, make sure you hit like, hearts, whatever you want to do on Facebook as well. Heidi
Yeah, hit
already,
the hearts because it's
Heidi
a
already
heart
hit-
episode.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
Heidi already
the
hit the heart.
Valentine's Day mushy episode.
Yeah,
so.
and also hit share us on Facebook. Let your
Mhm.
friends list know what you're watching, and if they come in and see you chatting, maybe they'll hang out and watch more, and we
And-
can get some new eyes.
And when it is done, you could share on Facebook the podcast itself, the
Absolutely.
episode.
Yeah.
You know, you can't share it right now because it's the live, obviously. But then when the live is done, I don't know if you can rewatch it. It's weird.
Yeah.
I think you can. But like in the podcast, the Facebook podcast app, after it's done, you can share that.
Oh, you can listen to just the audio.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying
the
to do.
audio. So like the just audio only for a lot of the podcasts are
Mhm.
really starting to dip. I think
Mhm.
more people are gravitating to the video, which is fine.
Yeah.
But
But then a lot of times people put the video on. Not that they necessarily watch it for the 100%, but you know, they put it on.
I
they
had
listen,
someone for
but
almost a
they're
year and a
walking
half
around.
tell me that they would put us on a video in the
Mhm.
car, and they're like, "Man, I hate when it buffers and stuff." Like, then why don't you just listen to the audio?
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're
that's
like-
a buffer.
They're like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "We have an audio only. Like, you can put us on iTunes, Spotify. Like, search the podcast name, and just while you're driving
Yeah,
your car,
some-
listen to
some
audio only."
People don't know that.
Yeah, it's it's
Yeah, not everyone is up to date
Yeah.
speed with podcasts and how they work.
so literally anywhere if you want to listen to audio or video, we're available. YouTube, I think we just hit 21 subscribers, so we're
Oh, great.
slowly climbing up. So if you are watching this on Facebook, after this is done, always check the links below. Those link trees and websites we work really hard on. So you can go check out the merch pages, the Patreons, the YouTubes, the Instagrams, Twitters. We're trying to grow on all social media. We have a lot of cool ideas coming up that we
Mhm.
have planned. We're always asking for user feedback. I was supposed to do something today and I just realized I didn't. I
Too
promise
bad.
I will do it Wednesday because tomorrow I'm gone most of the day.
Hey, if no
Um,
one knows you're going to do it, then no one knows. then
I
no
have
one's
to draw the
expecting it.
winner of who won the T-shirt for our Patreon. So while
Oh.
we're here, let's
Do it
say
right now.
our Patreon, I have to.
Oh,
get
you
a-
have to. Oh, is it hard?
I-
Okay.
I-
Oh, that wheel thing.
I
Yeah.
do a wheel
okay.
thing,
Okay,
yeah.
I got you.
And I'm gonna videotape it and put it on the Patreon so people on Patreon can see who. won.
Oh, okay.
Like a little. I'm gonna put
Fair
a
enough.
video.
Fair enough.
But anyway, if you subscribe to the Patreon, there's a $1 tier. There's it goes up to $25 tiers. If you're a baller and you want to do $100, it's completely up to you. It's open for interpretation. Each tier they're kind of all grouped in. Some of them do the same things, but it just for right now, just monetary, just to help us out and pay some bills. You guys actually helped us get more mute switches,
Mhm.
which is cool. So when we have like a coughing fit or something, we can hit this button and we can bring snacks back.
All of a sudden.
Yeah, and he's
Here we
gone.
go.
He's gone forever. And then we ordered some. We have a wireless setup when we go on location to places.
Mhm.
We have these mics, and you have to run a wire up through your shirt. And sometimes with sanitation, it's not the greatest.
Yeah,
And-
and it's that art. It's just annoying, or people are bothered. By it.
yeah. So what we do is we found these magnets that you can put on the wireless
Yeah, just
mic,
boop.
and you put a magnet on it, and it clips to the inside of your shirt, and we're good to go. So, but the only problem is they're expensive. Magnets are expensive. No idea that was a thing. But we actually ordered with the Patreon money
It always
bunch
reminds
of
me of that
magnets.
stupid ICP thing. How the hell do they work?
So we ordered a bunch of magnets, so our
this.
wireless mics have a cool little setup that
Yeah.
we can do some fun
For,
stuff.
for a lapel mic.
Yeah, so your Patreon money is going towards equipment to help us, as well as paying for StreamYard and all these other apps that we use to like the photo editing, video editing when we go on location.
Mhm.
But let's get away from all that and say, $10 and up, free you're in the running to win a T-shirt every month. From now to the end of this month, we have a giveaway for our Colster. It's a Yeti 16-ounce banging beers thing, and we're gonna fill it with every podcast as stickers, pins if we have it, anything. We're just gonna throw a bunch and different.
The Banging
breweries.
Beers logo is on
The Banging Beers logo
engraved. It's not a
engraved.
sticker. It's
This
engraved.
it's laser engraved. This is a one of one.
Yeah, etching, I
Everybody
believe
on
they call
Banging Beers wants this.
Yeah, it's very nice.
But no one can have it because it's going to want to use. That's subscribed on Patreon. Either this month or next month, like last month or this month, you're in the running. But we want to thank the following people. Oh, and if you hear some names of people that are on the show, they are not eligible. Just full transparency. They're just helping because they're part of the network and they want to be awesome. Ryan Vox, David S, Brett Squared, Bridget M, Andrew H, Greg R, Heidi B, Ryan G from the Fueled by Hops podcast, Kelly from Crystal Mountain Healing, Tommy B, the Tree of Life Metaphysical Shop, Brad Z, Hyreth in other words, and the legendary J.H. He was Jay Mysterio for a while.
now he got a new name.
No,
J.H.
well, it's
J.
his,
Esquire.
his last name is on there, but I'm so bad at pronouncing last names.
Oh.
I just don't say them.
Oh, I thought he didn't want it said. That's why we never said it.
Some
No,
people might not want their full name said.
Yeah.
I didn't really discuss that. So I mean, in the past, if you
Yeah.
want to really search them, we've said their names in the past, but that's what we're gonna do now.
Well-
But Jay has been with us, I think.
Well,
since,
for Patreon, you can put anything. You put your name is Farts McFitface.
and I'll say it. I'll
Yeah.
say
God.
Farce McFit.
You can put anything you want for your name. So I mean, I'm assuming if they put their name, they're not.
Yeah. But
ashamed to
Brad
have
Yeah,
it.
Hyreth.
no, I have my Crystal Mountain Healing is my
Yeah.
Yeah.
Patreon name. so.
Brad, Hyreth, and Jay have been long time Patreon,
Yeah.
and I actually seen Jay the other day out in public, and I showed him. I was like, dude, thank you so much. That means a lot.
And
Like,
Hyworth is Tim. Right?
that's Tim's podcast. Yeah. Hopefully, he
I
comes back
seen
soon.
him at the comic store. He was on the way out. It was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. He was
Loves
on the
his
way out. I
comics.
was on the way in.
You guys would. You're always talking about doing a comic book
Yeah.
show. If you get an at-home setup where you guys can just do it via like StreamYard, and
Oh yeah.
you guys would have a
He
fun.
reads a lot of the indie books, but
Yeah.
they're good ones. Like ones that I pick up too. Like one time I did talk to him. He said, "Did you get this?" So I was like, "Oh, I did get that."
I think
That was
you
pretty
two
good.
would do a fun comic book
Yeah.
sidebar show. Think about that.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
And you can do it right from your house. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's one of the things I want to kind of I pitched to him, and now I'm pitching to you
Okay, yeah.
live on the internet. I'm putting you on the spot.
There we go.
Also in the chat, the Forgotten General Blue hanging out with us over on Twitch.
Forgot. I thought you. That's something they call. This is this person's name. But thank you. Forgotten General.
More
Blue.
depth calling.
What? I think that's what to
Oh,
say.
yeah,
More
yeah.
apt calling it Valentine's A, since nobody is actually going to get V or D.
That's
Oh.
a that's
Somebody
a
is.
that's
Come
a
on.
sex
Yeah,
ship.
And
come
somebody
on.
is going to get VD. Too,
Yeah.
Not just V or D.
You get both. It's a triple whammy.
Yeah, and there's some A in there too. There's some M.
And then
You
a
know?
lot of times people get P, pregnant.
That's right.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people like
That's
feet,
why
so you
that's
put
why there's
F
an
in there? I don't know.
influx of babies around October. Because if you count backwards, it's around Valentine's Day.
Oh, that's a nice month to be born.
You know
Halloween.
when you're Irish when you're a December baby.
What's that?
St. Patty's Day.
Oh, okay. Okay. I had to think. I was like, that's too many months. But okay, one.
I think St. Patty's Day and my parents' anniversary is that same month.
No, my.
So
Oh my.
use your imagination. Saying hi, mom and dad. How you doing? Yeah, and then we also say, like I said, the links below. We have our merch page. I'm actually wearing one of our older shirts done
Yeah.
by Tori, the alien getting sucked up.
The
sucking up the
aliens.
cow.
Yeah, abducting a cow.
We changed the color background today. We usually do a blue. We went with a green to give it a little more of an alien look. Let us know what you think. Pick it. Maybe you guys say what color you like in
Yeah.
the background. Maybe
There
we'll,
we go.
next episode we'll
Give it
change
to the
it.
people.
Or if you like green, we'll keep green. But let's get in. What are we talking about without getting into it so far?
Today, we're not doing as much spooky stuff as we are doing the history of Valentine's Day and more of a spiritual love connection. So a lot
Yuck.
of well, this is a big topic among the metaphysical community because lots of people out there are clamoring to meet their twin flame, or they think they have a twin flame. But in reality, twin flames are highly rare. They're not very common either.
Heidi's watching upstairs to find out if we're twins.
Yeah, you'll have to explain then the difference between
Right.
soulmates.
Yeah, and there's technically 3. There's soulmates, there's karmic relationships, and there's twin flame.
Twin flame is when you both get a VD and it burns
Yeah.
the P.
and then it feels like a twin
Yeah.
flame, like 2 flames are burning you at
Yeah,
once.
they're like,
But
oh my
I
god, you're
am-
my twin flame.
I am going to start out with the history of Valentine's Day, and I'm going to ask Andy a question here in a minute because the history of
Tip
Valentine's
this down just
Day,
right here.
I like what it's called, the original name. I think we should go back to that because it's a cool sounding
the
name.
Lupercalia.
Lupercalia. It sounds
Yeah.
like a werewolf.
So yes, this was made very popular by Andy's shirt there. The new adventures of
Oh.
Chilling Adventures of
Yeah.
Sabrina on Netflix. There was an episode where they celebrated the Lupercalia. They made it a little different than what it actually is from my research. Was that based on if you watch the whole season, was that based on the comic books? Were they true to the comic books?
Here's the thing. So they were based on 7 issues that came out because that's all that came out.
Okay.
And so they made a season. The whole season 1 is more than the first all the 7 comic books. So anything after season 1 and half of season 1 is after the comics because they were so delayed and late.
Okay. All right. That's what I was wondering. I was wondering how closely that went along with the comics or not.
So like Ambrose and everything is in the comics, and the house and the
Zelda
the
and
ants
Hilda.
being Undertakers
Mhm.
and everything like that. But it gets like probably episode. They made filler ones, but it's like, well, what's her name? Madam Satan. I forget. her
Oh,
name.
Lilith.
Yeah. She's in it.
She has an excellent
and on the show they don't do this, but Harvey dies and she resurrects him and she controls him, but she puts the mind of her father in Harvey, but he's evil now.
And does she still like love relationship with Harvey?
Yeah, well, he just came back from the dead, so it's kind of like, oh no, he's back from the dead.
But
I
it
don't
has
know.
the consciousness of her father.
Yes, but she doesn't know that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
We should,
and that's where it ended.
we should bring one either Tim or one of the Welcome Back boys on and do a Lilith episode.
A Lilith episode. Oh, I love
She's a character. Well,
Yeah,
I'll
I mean,
say
this
person.
This
from the
one's a little
Bible.
bit different. Yeah. The Madam Satan character
She is an
different.
archetypal goddess that a lot of women actually look up to, look
Was
for
Satan's
support.
lover.
Mhm.
You can say it that way, yes. But Lilith was the first to rebel. She did not want to lay underneath Adam. She wanted to do her own thing. She did not want to submit.
Wasn't Lilith?
That's why she was tossed out of the garden.
But wasn't Lilith supposedly not Eve? But she was.
She was before Eve.
She
but
was
you can't talk about that.
She was before Eve, but
she and Adam were like the twin flames. They were made from one consciousness. It was not pulled from his rib like Eve was. She was not a part of him.
wasn't Eve modeled after Lilith?
Kind of, but to be submissive.
Yes.
Lilith was everything Adam was, but just in a woman's body.
Mhm.
So
And that's why Satan the snake went to Eve, because it reminded him of Lilith.
No,
I don't know.
no.
That's a theory.
That's
I don't know if
it's
he
a
would-
theory, but I don't.
I mean, I don't
don't
know
subscribe to that.
my religion backstory, my Christianity backstory, but wouldn't Lilith already been out?
She was out. She was out by then.
But Satan didn't fall, but Lilith was around, but then there was people. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, because you imagine.
Their backstory doesn't make any sense.
Can't say that. The book doesn't contradict
Yeah.
itself at all.
Yeah.
Jackie in the chat says, "I love Lilith."
Hi, Jackie.
She's
That's
the-
my girl.
She's the
Okay.
OG. She's
Hi,
the
Jackie.
OG baddie.
Yeah, she is the OG
And if you
baddie.
want-
That's my girl there. Go check out Jackie at the Eclectic Apothecary.
If you read a comic called Rachel Rising, Lilith is like the main bad guy, and she's one that starts all the witches and witchcraft.
Yes. So she was technically the start of women rebellion, women like feminism type. She was also the mother of demons. A lot of Jewish folklore considers her like the mother of all the demons and all the bad things in the world. They kind of villainize her that way.
Yeah, because you can't be a woman and have opinions.
Yeah, I can't like turn a guy down.
Yeah, what's the matter with
I mean, obviously you're evil if you
You
turn
just
a guy
can't lay in
down.
the missionary position and expect, that's what they wanted her to do. Just sit there and take it.
Yeah.
Sit there, take it, look pretty.
Yeah, what is Adam? How'd he look? Was he good looking or not? We'll never know.
We'll never know. We'll never know what they all look like.
Yeah.
So
We'll look at them Michelangelo statues.
I can tell you what they
not
weren't.
the turtle.
Tell you what they weren't.
But
White.
well, I don't know. Yeah, I guess.
and that's all
Well-
that's all theory. I mean, that's all theory.
Yeah.
But it was supposed to be the original Garden of Eden was supposed to be somewhere in Turkey. I know that.
Oh boy.
Maybe they were white. Though.
Yeah, there might have been. Might have been
Yeah.
a few in there. Who knows?
And the original apple was not an apple at all.
they wouldn't. Apples
Yeah.
probably don't grow in Turkey. I don't know my.
Do you know what it was?
Deciduous fruit in Turkey.
It was a alien artifact. I played Assassin's Creed,
Yeah.
and it controlled mind power.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
it
sorry.
was a pomegranate.
Oh,
Oh, that's pretty good. Sometimes they're a little plain though. That's my statement.
How can it be plain? I've never had one before. I'm
it's-
intimidated
the
to actually
flavor-
open one up
The
and eat
flavor
it.
is not very strong. There you go.
It looks real red and juicy. But
I know,
the little
sometimes
beads
it's-
do, or
sometimes it
whatever
ain't.
they are.
You know, you
If
ever bite into a strawberry and it's just not strong?
yeah. Real quick, if this is your first time, we do have a little banter at the beginning before we get into our
Yeah,
topic. So this
yeah.
is kind of
So-
be prepared.
I'm sorry, guys.
We're not dragging it out. This is all part of the plan. Or you would have a 13-second episode.
Yes.
So
Back
Twin
to
Flames.
Twin Flames. Well, we're going back to the Lupercalia. So the Lupercalia, that was a Roman pagan holiday that celebrated fertility and coming together, basically, and celebrated the leaders of Rome and how they were
Well, not
raised
fertility
by
like you would think.
no.
People think
Fucking.
Yes.
no. It wasn't for male fertility, like
It was women.
human fertility. It was animal and crops.
Oh, okay.
Animal crops, yeah, but it was also here's the thing. With this Lupercalia, it's a little different than what Sabrina pushed it off as. Like, you didn't run into the bush and have sex with whoever you were supposed to be with at the time. It was more of the priest sat outside this special cave where Romulus and Remus came from, which were the original leaders and builders of Rome. And they were raised apparently by a she-wolf. They didn't have a mother, but
Ooh.
were taken care of by a wolf. That's all Roman mythology. But to celebrate that she-wolf energy and that kind of feminine energy, they were to sacrifice one goat, one dog, and then out of the hide of that, they'd be washed in milk, and then
Ew.
they would whip the women with the hide. And then most women wanted it because they were considered to be fertile for the next
They might be
year.
into it too.
I think that's a Rihanna song.
Whoosh. Whip with the hide.
Yeah, whips and hides excite her.
Yeah, whips
Oh,
and
punches
chains
in the
excite her.
face.
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah,
Uh,
and then
Well, wasn't there a thing where they would put all the women from the tribe's name in like a
yes,
bowl?
yes.
Yeah.
So yes, then men would strip naked. Oh yeah,
No,
they would run
course.
around too, and then whipping the women.
What if it was cold out?
But later,
It's always warm in Rome.
it's not that bad in Rome.
That's my excuse.
They're
Rome is probably on
like
the.
Florida.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say.
It could be 110. I'm like, it's freaking cold out here,
as
right?
close to
guys?
the equator as Florida is, so it's
Yeah.
probably always rather warm.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it ever gets real cold.
Give it a little
Right.
flick.
Yeah.
Come on, my guy.
So
Oh, yeah.
yes, later in the
You see them
day,
statues.
they would go into the town square, and in a big like vase or a jar, they would put all the women's names in the jar, and then every man would go and pick a woman's name, and they were supposed to live with that woman for a year, and usually would end up in a marriage.
Well, at least it's only a year. I mean, if you don't like her, it's only a year.
Yeah, then you kill her. Probably.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Well, that was like their version of eHarmony, I guess.
Yeah. Because back then women were like, it was like the house cat, the fly, and then underneath all that was like the woman, right? Like they were
What?
ranked pretty
What?
low.
Yeah, I was like,
I don't get this theory of thought.
What
What?
are you saying? here?
Explain this
Like
to me.
animals in certain cultures back in the day, like women were they were treated like shit. Like they had no value.
Rome was a pretty. I don't think Rome was really like that too.
I think
much. They
Rome
were-
was
they-
more forward thinking.
I don't
More,
bu- I
Rome
don't
was
buy
more
it.
forward thinking, but they didn't have any. They
They
didn't
beat
have.
them with milk-soaked blood hides.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
they,
but just because they wanted to get pregnant.
And then they're
That's
like,
how it
"Hey,
works.
you
Yeah.
don't have choice here. We're gonna pick your name out of a hat." She's like,
Well,
"Oh,
then the guy technically doesn't have a choice either.
no, it's up to
I mean,
fate.
that's 50-50.
It's up to fate.
Oh, look
then
at me.
that
I
way.
got insert random Roman girl's name here.
You're like,
At least though.
Eartha, this
Yeah.
is gonna suck."
Yeah, well, that's what it was. And then you lived with her for about a year, and if it worked out, you just got married. And if it didn't, you went your other ways, and you tried again next year.
Well,
I mean, that's not terrible.
at least it's only a year. I mean,
Switch things up.
yeah, you could deal with it for a year.
Yeah.
And then
Year's
just get
not
out
that
of there.
long.
I mean,
We'd have
it
four.
is when you die when you're 33, but still.
Well, I don't think their life expectancy was very big back
No.
then either. So you can they were probably doing this when they were like teenagers and stuff too. You were considered like a man at 15, 16 there.
Yeah.
And a woman, young girls probably got married off real early there too.
Oof.
If you think about that. Different time though. That's what you have to think.
Calm down,
Different
Machine
time.
Gun Kelly.
Way different time.
So yes. So that was the Lupercalia. It was still a popular and one of the few pagan holidays that were still celebrated 150 years after Christianity, and was legalized in the Roman Empire when Pope Gaius came to power in the late 5th century. He
Sounds
put
like an alien.
yeah,
Ancient alien.
he put an end to Lupercalia. Soon after, the Catholic Church declared February 14th to be the day of the feast to celebrate the Saint Matriarch Saint Valentine. So that's how
He was already a
Valentine-
saint then. What? Do you know what roughly the year that was?
No, I couldn't find an actual date. on
Chris is
that
like,
one.
all
So
right,
probably like 1700s,
all right,
Yeah.
1600s.
we're
Yeah.
we're if you don't believe, we're gonna kill you, but we'll work you halfway, and we'll say like, just meet us in the middle. We'll combine our holidays and make everybody happy.
Well,
Especially what
it's kind of just like, we can't call it that, but we can call it this, and then it's okay.
Like, do we have a saint that this would sound?
Yeah.
Does it have a good ring to it? Valentine's. Day.
Yeah.
Well, here's the legend
Val-
around Valentine. There's
Valentine.
not really a true like statement about Saint Valentine's. They don't really know why they made him like into a saint or why this is Saint Valentine's Day. One of the legends, this is my favorite one out of them, so that's why I picked this one, is it contends with that Valentine was a priest who served during the 3rd century of Rome, when Roman Emperor Claudius II decided that single men made better soldiers than those with wives and families. So in a sense, this Roman emperor said no more marrying, no more girlfriends. You're going like, because what is better? A single guy can go off to war and be better
Yeah, 'cause
than thinking about his
yeah.
wife and kid at home.
Wouldn't that give you
No.
more incentive to fight and get home?
Maybe. Also, some guys might want to get away because of the wife and kid. They might want to go join the army.
I don't know. I think there's a
Then you get to be a 300
And you got to
soldier.
think the Roman army was huge and was one of the most feared armies.
Yeah, because they're conquering the
if
world.
you're
Yes.
single, right, and you have nothing
Yeah.
to really live for, right? Because here's my thing. Maybe this will get into more of when we get into fucking flames or whatever the hell we're going to talk about in a second. But like for me, if I didn't have Heidi, I would probably just be like, I'd be in super fucking mode. Like I'd just be like, I don't care. Like I just don't give a shit. Like whatever happens, happens.
I think it would depend on the person.
So
Yeah.
if you were like, if you put me in a fight or flight situation
Mhm.
and I was single and I had that mentality, I'd be like, I'll fight to the death. If I die, it's over. You know what I mean? So sometimes you're not as calculated because you're just like a barbarian. Where you're just like, I'm just gonna swing
But that's
until.
probably what
Well,
they
that's
wanted.
what they wanted.
Yeah.
They wanted
If-
that barbarian to go in and start swinging and just go into battle full force,
But if
not
you're
give
more
a shit if you
calculated,
make it out
because
alive.
you need a reason to come home.
Yeah.
You still want to win the fight, but you want to win the fight and be able to go home and live a life.
Yeah, but a lot of the guys wanted to didn't want to really win the fight. They wanted to go the fuck home. So
well, you're there to fight
then you
regardless.
became a deserter.
Well, deserter.
What more would you want if you were the commander
Yeah,
of that army? You'd probably just want guys to go and just kill everything
yeah.
You wanted an animal.
because you were conquering.
right.
Yeah.
You,
Wanted
you
the
weren't
animal.
like a peaceful takeover. You were-
Right. Roman soldiers were tough.
And they also fucking died out because they lost their numbers by the quantity, and then Rome fell. So
Yeah, Rome
Well,
fell.
yeah, but I mean that was led to a lot of things, not just.
Rome fell after
I'm saying, though, is,
Christianity
like,
took over.
obviously they had no purpose. They were just fight, and they weren't calculated. It was just swing.
No, it's not that they didn't have purpose. I mean,
Well,
Not a purpose,
anyway,
but I'm saying they had nothing to come home to besides.
reeling this
Well-
back in, there was one. Go ahead then.
I was just gonna say, yeah, they had something to come home. But they're now in charge as part of that. I mean, eventually that runs out. But
Yeah.
They go home to the whorehouse.
yeah.
Rome was famous for having tons of whorehouses.
There you go.
Like if I went out on an epic quest, I have something to come home to.
What?
Fun, you know.
Well, yeah, but
now I don't have to struggle anymore.
But a lot of
I'm
those
free.
people, when they when you're a soldier, that's
Yeah.
like you come
Yeah, I know,
home,
you're trained to fight,
You're
yeah.
back to training.
Yeah,
you're back to-
that's any soldier.
Yeah.
No matter if you have kids or not, you were trained to kill. So
I don't know.
that's what you want to do.
I think it's a double-edged sword, depending on how you look at it. I agree with both. Listen, you want the guy who's going to go out there and fight with no
Mhm.
purpose and just the overall goal to win. But I also feel that you have the deserter aspect, but also if someone's like, all right, I need to end this guy because I have a fucking kid at home I want to go back and see.
I don't think
anybody's watching it likes Netflix. There is an excellent show on Netflix called Barbarians, and it was not an American show. So some of it's subtitles and some of it's just ad lip syncing, but it is actually a really good show. And it's about the Roman Empire and the Celts, or not the Celts,
like,
the Gaul people, the people from Gaul.
that was the French.
So
That was France.
Mickey
before.
Gall also beat
Yeah.
up CM Punk.
That never happened.
So all the barbarians from Gaul and like their heathenistic ways and fighting the Romans. It was actually a very excellent show. There's going to be a season 2 too sometime soon.
Interesting.
Anyway, your soldiers are gonna kill. You really don't matter what the reasoning
Yeah.
is.
I mean,
It doesn't matter what they're. Yeah, just
you-
get the job done.
You take poor people with nothing to live for, you throw them into war.
Mhm.
That's been the moniker of war forever now.
That's true.
Rich people don't fight wars, not anymore.
So when this emperor outlawed any kind of marriage or girlfriends or anything like that, there was one pastor or priest that were marrying them in secret.
Ooh.
And they said that he was to be Saint Valentine. He was the pastor Valentine.
Oh,
So he went against the emperor's wishes there.
so why the hell would they name? Oh, they went against the emperor. Okay, never mind. I was thinking he went against the Catholics' wishes. Never mind.
Yeah. So he was the namesake for the holiday. He was also beheaded for doing this
Oh,
by that
By the
Roman
Romans?
by the Roman emperor
how
Claudius
dare
II.
you marry them, even though nothing has changed.
And
Like,
they
think
ripped-
about it.
They ripped his heart out and gave it to his
They
wife.
ate it. Yeah.
He couldn't have a wife. He was a priest.
He
Oh, yeah.
secretly married.
He was a
himself.
Christian priest.
Yeah. If he's secret marrying people, then maybe he's secret.
I'm just saying that maybe that's where the idea of a Valentine.
Maybe.
I mean, if
you
anyone-
give someone your heart, you know what I mean?
If anyone would be
I'm
secretly,
making my own
Yes.
backstory.
Yeah, you were going on your own path here.
I'm writing my own comic book.
You are.
He was beheaded, and they cut his heart out, and they wrote
they saved
yours, like
Oh,
the
it'll be
candies.
mine. Yeah.
Yeah.
and then they
my
sent
God.
it to his family or God.
Yeah, and then it was immediately rotten because
Yeah.
it's so warm and.
Oh my goodness.
All right, go
Yeah.
ahead.
So that was
None of that
was
happened. Don't listen to me at all.
So this is all stuff I looked up on Natural Geographic to tell you where I got some of the information from, some of the stuff that I'm saying, and historychannel.com were the ones with the best.
I feel like this cushion's
descriptions.
making me higher.
Oh, you have a call.
I feel like I'm superior to you right now.
Tony Schiavone, the chair's higher.
You're already taller than Andy, so now you've got a little bit extra cushion there.
Yeah, it's a prototype. Another thing we're doing for the podcast is people don't know we're sitting on these steel chairs, and one broke because my fat body. But we have two of these chairs have cushions.
Oh.
Now. We're trying them out.
Yeah. So the next thing is my big thing here, the twin flame versus a soulmate. So the first thing I'm going to talk about a little bit before I preface any of this is karmic relationships. So this is going into more of a spiritual type of love, like when you fall in love with somebody or you
That's what
meet
this is,
somebody
right?
and you have it. Well, that is a rose quartz classic cut flame is what it
Look how
is.
sharp that is.
Yeah, you can puncture someone. That's pretty cool.
So that's a classic cut flame, and I'll show you how to use it at the
It
end.
kind of looks like you can use it. My God, it looks like a salt lick. That's from a deer. Like
It kind of has like a nice little grip handle to it here.
Yes.
that's right. Punch
Look at
you
the way
punch
it-
whoever you punch is your lover.
You throw a rock at her
Yeah.
head.
And if she lives,
I'll make him understand. I'll whip it out his head.
If she lives, she's yours forever.
Yes. So yeah. So that's a rose quartz flame. It's classic cut. So there's two different types of flames now. There's a modern cut that's more of an ace of spades looking, and it has like a twist to it.
Don't they cut these rose things into penises too?
Yeah.
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 I told you I want to get a big rose quartz one for the table.
I want obsidian.
No. We're gonna get it something high vibe. Obsidian's low
High
vibe. We're
vibe,
getting high
high
vibe.
vibe.
Either it's gonna be crystal, like clear quartz, or it's gonna be rose.
I think
If I can find a purple one, that's gonna be the best. If I
There
can
you
find
go.
an amethyst one, good.
think that's insensitive.
That's that guy. in
Come
Jim
on.
Thorpe.
You want a white or a pink one? I'm just saying.
I'm sorry, I like quartz. It's nothing to do with actual color.
We'll put a little red hat on it when we get it. It'll be fine.
God. So yes,
Trying to Joe Rogan us already.
karmic
With our penis at
relationships.
the table.
So these karmic relationships people have, you can have them with almost anybody. You can have them with family members,
Jackie
friends.
has a penis. She has a rose penis.
Do you have a rose quartz penis,
Yeah.
Jackie? Next time we go to the
Funny,
show,
Jackie has a penis.
Jackie, the next time we go in the wholesalers department, we're getting a penis for this table.
Yes.
That's our mission in life. So you have to suck up to Jackie. She's got the magic numbers to get us into that
There we go.
wholesale department.
Also get some penis pasta and we eat that as well. At the same time.
I
Are-
see.
are the penis gummies?
We went to so if people are wondering why do you keep talking about penis like crystal penises, we went to Jim Thorpe and there was a crystal shop,
Mhm.
and of course we're 8 years old, and we walked into the store and I was like, there's dicks over there.
Yeah.
There's like crystals shaped as penises, and I was like, that'd be hilarious if we had one for the table.
But they're very expensive.
Yeah, but a
Yeah.
big crystal penis is expensive.
Mhm.
And she's like, I can find maybe a wholesaler to get a little cheaper. So
Mhm.
Imagine that. What do you do? Wholesale crystal penises?
hell yeah.
Oh,
So-
the magic of wholesale. What stands in front of you there, that rose quartz
Uh-huh.
flame, maybe about $50 in a store, 50
Yeah.
to 60 probably for the size and the weight of it.
Mhm.
I think I paid $16.
I mean,
Oh,
if,
wow,
we're, if
that's
we're gonna
great.
put a penis on the table, we want size and weight. You know what I mean? Like, we don't want
Yeah.
to put a little penis on the
Yeah, I want to be impressive.
Yeah.
So,
So coming soon to Truth Behind Illusion.
yeah.
And
So
every other podcast, because I probably won't move it off the table.
it'll probably be more August because that's the next big one in Lebanon.
I like it.
So, yes. So karmic relationships can be with your friends, family members, people you meet off the street, technically, cousins, whatever. These karmic relationships are people that you've been in another past life with. So this is a part where you have to kind of believe in past life regression.
Okay, so now we're getting to reincarnation,
Right. Reincarnation.
which I was gonna bring up then.
This is where I check out.
I like.
You think
I like
you
the
have
idea.
one life and that's all you get.
I just think there's too much. There's reincarnation, then there's just too many people who have different opinions on it. I just hope when the lights turn off, it's done. Call it a day.
I don't know. Yeah, I'll take another turn.
I don't want another turn. If I wake up again and I'm aware,
Yeah.
I'm like fucking wow.
Yeah, but you're something totally different now.
Yeah. I mean,
it's for the doctor. Who fans, so
realistically,
you're a new doctor.
realistically, you're never even gonna know that you've had a
I,
second
I,
turn.
gue- I guess at the end when you die, you remember, and like, oh, and then you go into your next, and then you press start, and it's
You're like, wait,
You get
I-
plus.
You don't exactly do that. Like from what I've read and what I personally believe, you go back, you learn your lessons. Like you watch your life in reverse You kind of review what you were supposed to relearn and what to master in this lifetime. Maybe take a break, then you go back in. You actually pick the people you want to go back in with too. Like I picked my mom, I picked my dad, I picked this time, and I wrote everything out in an Akashic record in a,
I
in
love
a
you, Mom and
contract.
Dad, but
I'm picking
I'm
it.
not picking next time around, you're
Well,
stuck-
that's your
you're-
You picked this life to live it and then learn the lesson from it though.
Oh,
You can't go in and every time and be everything perfect. That's the part of the soul's the soul's
have so many points.
evaluation.
Everything is a slider like a video game. You have so many points to get to 10, but you don't get enough points to max them all.
Right.
That's what you said. I'm breaking it down. Video
I've had
games,
some.
sir.
There you go.
I've had some great picks and people I met in my life,
Mhm.
but I've had some shitty picks.
Yeah, because you can't max everything to 10.
Wow.
You can't have everything. You got to experience that light and dark, buddy. You can't just have all happy times over here without experiencing a little bit of shit over here. It's a part of life. But these karmic relationships, they are past relationships that you might have had with somebody in a past life. Say I have a cousin that I'm really like not on good terms with in this life. That might have meant that me and him in a past life might have been lovers or something, that we had ended on a bad note, and we need to like kind of repair it in this life. You need to work on it. Like you're still carrying over that that past life lesson.
I don't
from
like that origin
from
story.
that one to this one.
I don't like that one at all.
Well, come on, man.
I need a different. I don't like that.
You just don't.
Maybe
like
they
it.
killed
You're
each
thinking
other.
incest, but you need to think higher.
No, I don't know.
What if
I'm not a fan.
what if
of
he
that
killed her
theory.
in past life?
Right. That's right. That's kind of what it is.
They're robbing a bank and went south.
Yes.
Bonnie and Clyde.
It's exactly what it could be. It could be this person killed you in the past life, but you have to learn to forgive him
Whatever works for
Oh,
you.
yeah, you just hold.
So
it.
everyone you're
or
like-
her.
So everyone you hate in your life is like they.
Not everyone you hate, but every people that you have like kind of difficult relationships with are usually karmic relationships.
So a karmic relationship is saying that two people knew each other in a previous life and had a connection somehow.
Yes, it's
Okay.
like
I
they
never
used to
knew
call
this.
them kindred spirits, but I don't
Who
think
came
they
up with this?
this is
Who knows?
There should have been a conflict. Right?
lots of theories on this.
theories.
It's theory. It is
Okay.
theory.
Well,
There's nothing that's
everything's theory,
everything.
basically.
The Bible's theory.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but the
Oh, yeah.
Bible is theory.
Everything that isn't science is theory.
How
it's
dare
it's yeah, theory.
Even science is not theory.
until proven. Well, I mean, most science.
Most
is proven.
science is theory.
One thing that's not theory is in your hands. That's scientifically proven. Everything in this earth vibrates. We all move.
That's true. Everything moves at a frequency,
See.
and that's why the Flash can pass through solid objects. Is he move at a different frequency?
See, I love how he can just pull that kind of shit in and then try and make it so you can understand it from my crazy spiritual brain. But that actually moves. We all move. This table moves. These microphones move.
I'm moving it.
Right. Well, no, it vibrates at a different frequency, and it has this this ability to resist entropy, which is chaos.
Ooh.
So that's why crystals work, because it keeps its frequency. It keeps
some
its
chaos.
dominant frequency, its dominant oscillatory rate.
All right, cool.
Well, all
that's-
that breaks that down to the scientific thing where electrons and neutrons do vibrate at
And the
different
protons.
frequencies. Yeah, well, all,
Mhm.
so that's the basic
Hydrogen.
building blocks of DNA.
Mhm.
So if everything vibrates, so it
Carbon.
has scientific fact.
Yes. So that's scientific fact.
I'm just saying stuff
Everything-
on the table so I sound smart in this conversation.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to sound.
Hydrogen peroxide.
Yeah, well, that
I just feel like
Company thing.
it's a big word.
my
I just wanted to
God.
get it in there.
it stinks too. I think it stinks.
Makes your cuts bubble.
No, remember that back in the day? It was dumps on this side. Ah, it's acid. Okay.
Okay. So yes, karmic relationships are like that. They are mostly, they can be lovers too, and you can just have like a hard time with
Mhm.
them.
But-
Usually you don't end up marrying a karmic relationship.
Okay, but it doesn't-
Jackie said I'm in karmic right now. My hardest relationship and I have learned is about myself.
the most she's
Yes.
learned about herself. 'cause
Yeah,
she said,
and then nothing kindred about it.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
well, what does kindred mean? Because I don't really.
See, kindred used to
It's
be to
a-
me like, go ahead.
It's a tablet that you read books on
Yeah.
from Amazon.
Oh God.
Oh,
I thought you were actually gonna be
that's a Kindle.
Oh,
I thought you were actually gonna be, smart there for a minute. I thought you knew something. Kindred for me is like these karmic relationships, these past.
Oh, okay.
Kindred spirits are usually like, oh my God, this is like a spirit that I had somebody, like I married this guy last time or this girl last time, and you might be the man this time or the girl this time, and you just come together
So
again.
it's quantum leap.
Kind
There it
of,
is.
yes. That's kind of kindred
I
spirits.
just gotta keep referencing sci-fi.
It's
shows.
kind of the karmic one, but on a more positive note.
but it doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic.
No.
Mm.
No. So soulmates to me, they can be anybody too. So they can be mother, father,
Really?
yes, brother, sister,
So not-
cousin, friends. Soulmates are here basically to help you evolve and grow. They can be romantic relationships too.
Yeah. So
But they don't have to be.
this is
No.
this
See, I thought they had to be.
this is what I subscribe
No,
to.
not the twin flames have to be. That's the
What-
only thing.
Okay.
You
okay.
cannot, and I don't subscribe to anybody who says twin flames can be anybody too. No, I've only seen 2 or 3 people say that. That is bullshit. Twin flames are the exact half of you, and I'll explain that here in a minute. But
Okay.
they are only romantic relationships.
Okay. So soulmates can be like just close personal bonds, and a kindred
Right.
flame means you're bumping fronts.
No, kindred doesn't have to be.
No. Your
Twin fla-
kindred could be somebody you had.
Kindred and soulmates are just close
Just
relationship.
forget kindreds for now.
Yeah.
We're
And
going
what-
in
what-
soulmates and the twin flames are the 2 real ones that
Yeah.
are in
It wasn't.
play.
It was kindred. And what was their word you used for it?
Twin flame.
No. The one we just talked about.
Soulmates.
No. What-
Karmic.
Karmic relationship.
Hydrogen
Yeah.
peroxide.
Yeah.
Karmic and twin and karmic and kindred means not necessarily romantic. There we
Right.
go.
Soulmate doesn't either.
But twin flames is.
Yes.
So- And there are 3 classes of a soldier here. I'm gonna put that.
We're classified as
Yeah.
soldiers, but that's
We're
fine.
playing.
Whatever
Mass
helps
Effect.
you people learn.
So
That's all.
it's an RPG.
Okay.
Come up with a name in the chat, and then there's 3 classes you could pick from.
So I'm going to go through some of the differences of let me explain what a soulmate is. Soulmates are people who usually come in contracted with each other and have spent many lifetimes with each other.
Oh, so this again is a reincarnation thing.
Yes, this is everything's going to be reincarnation.
I like it.
So so people who are soulmates usually, like I said, they make a contract to come in with each other, spend many lifetimes. Like my mother is one of my soulmates. I know that. I'm very close to her. I have an undescribable relationship with my mother, where most moms and
Because you're
daughters
mother,
don't.
mother and daughter. You have the same genes, the same.
No, there are mothers and daughters that don't have the same closeness I do.
That's true.
Like my mom knows when I'm sick. She'll drive up to my house even if I haven't told her. Like I went through having a kidney stone and she knew I was sick.
Ugh, they're awful.
She drove up to the house without even me calling her because she knew I was like almost dying in the hallway from it. That's the kind of connection this is.
Okay.
So this is a real deep connection. Soulmates, usually they are ones that try to challenge you and make you into your kind of like best self, basically help you get through a challenge in life, help you learn a lesson in life. What do I have here? They usually share the same frequency of similar frequency of you. Like I was telling you how this is going to wrap into the crystal here. We all move, we all vibrate, we all have a frequency. We all have a certain type of frequency. So soulmates will have a similar frequency to you, but not the exact same.
And that's the thing about dimensions where they all have a different frequency and they all vibrate on a different level. So that's how they exist in the same place, but they're vibrating at different times.
Right.
So like when one's in, one's out. So that way they don't exist at the same place.
That's how they explain like the fairy realm.
Yes. It's
Vibrates
here, but
at
it's
a
not.
higher vibration, higher frequency. That's why they say things in Ireland like it's just different when you go there.
Can you have a soulmate that is a fairy?
Why not?
I don't know. I don't
Why
know
not?
if non-human entities
So here's my question.
could then be.
So every
become-
single time that you die and come back, do you just keep getting paired with the same? 8
Yeah. Okay.
people?
So you know Hawkman and Hawkgirl.
Yeah.
Carter Hall, Kendra Hall.
Yes.
When they're reincarnated. Before that, they had 2 different names.
Yeah.
Before that, they're 2 names.
So-
Back to when they were
So you're
Egyptians,
stuck with
right?
the same people for all
So
eternity
it's
in different
those
bodies.
2 souls.
Not necessarily.
Yeah. But they just keep getting reincarnated. But you don't have to be together.
So
I
like,
think
so
like
I'm not trying to be dark here, but
go
like
ahead.
eventually everyone passes away. So
Mhm.
like, your mom and you say you and your mom.
We've probably been sisters and brother and sister or mother and
so, like,
daughter
so
or
she
father and
passes away
daughter.
first because obviously age or whatever,
Mhm.
unless anything can happen. And then you kind of sit in the queue and wait for her to die, and then you guys come back.
But you wouldn't have to be born at the same time because just think her mom is older than she is, obviously.
Yeah.
So she was born first. So like, let's say her mom unfortunately
lot
passes
going
away,
on.
right? So then she gets reincarnated, right? And then Kelly doesn't die till years later. So then the ages are separate, but they don't have to be. But that's how it would,
And they're like, "All right, Kayla, this time you're going to China, and your mom's stuck in Ireland. You'll never see each other your whole lifetime."
It could possibly happen that way. And then the next go around, then you're back to being some sort of relationship there, whether it's mother, daughter, somewhere, cousins, sisters, best friends.
Interesting.
Your soul kind of
This is way
matches with these
more
people.
paranormal than what I was thinking, isn't it?
Yeah.
It kind of is intense.
We need
but
Bob to do those past life readings so we can find out.
Yeah.
that's what I think. I told you.
Yeah,
I want to do it.
when
I
you
want to do
do
it with you two. I
When
think
you
that
do
would
it,
be a
are you
great
aware?
episode.
Are you consciously aware what's
Yes.
happening?
Yes.
Oh, really?
So you're not
So
going to
it's-
say anything stupid?
So it's not like a hypnotism.
No, not for me. It wasn't. I wasn't like totally under. He couldn't tell me, "Oh, lift up your left arm," and I would like.
Yeah.
I would do it because he's telling me
You're
to.
like, I shit my pants in 3rd grade.
Yeah,
But it's something
Howard,
within-
your
it's-
dick is gone. My
it's-
cock is gone.
Oh my god.
That happened. A
Yeah.
hypnotist came on the show and told the guy that he was going to like, realize that his penis was
Yes.
no longer attached to his
Where
body.
was that at? I've seen.
Howard
Howard
Stern.
Stern.
Oh, where was it? Stern.
Like if Bob Cook tells me my dick is
Did you
gone,
guys show me that one? I think.
we probably did.
Yeah, because I saw that somewhere. But yes. So, and then a twin flame. Now, this is what a twin flame essentially is. A twin flame is one soul that separates. So imagine like a big mound of pizza dough, and we all come from this consciousness. So take one single ball of dough off of it. That one single ball then separates.
Bridget in the chat saying, "So true. Ireland is magical."
Yes, it is.
I've never been there.
I hope to go there someday.
Not many people named Bridget, by the way.
No,
Howard Stern.
Bridget's a really big.
No, oh well, I wasn't gonna go there. I was gonna say there was a really cute girl that did candy for Mars named Bridget.
That's where Bridget works.
I was like, wow. Then
No, I don't know. I made that up.
I don't give a shit if it was.
Well, Bridget's a really nice Irish name.
I've been a witch in almost every life.
Yeah. See, I knew
killed
Jackie
many
was
times. That's also in Rachel Rising, and that's why she finally comes back because she's tired of dying. If you like witch stuff at all, or look into the comic Rachel Rising. It's on Amazon. You get the trade.
Was
Check
the
it out.
guy in the red shirt at Walmart today?
Yes.
There you go. Dan seen you.
Yeah.
That's creepy.
Did you have that shirt on all day?
No. I that's one of my stores for Pepsi.
Maybe you guys are like kindred spirits.
Yeah.
Seen you at Walmart.
I see many people at Walmart.
I'm not gonna derail this anymore. Go ahead.
Okay, so yes, this twin flame theory is you come from this one consciousness. Well, then that one soul pulls away with that consciousness. Then you decide that you want to split apart and then like come into this life separate and then try and find reunion or find union with each other again.
I've never heard this. This is kind of wild.
To find like, how can I say this? To experience ultimate union or ultimate oneness. It's like a lesson almost. So not everybody has a twin flame.
Yeah,
Sorry out there,
because not
everybody.
every soul broke apart.
Correct. There are some
Which is
people.
crazy. Wonder twins. So, they come together and they.
What some people out there, they just want to stay single and learn different lessons. But this is a very big lesson, very spiritual lesson to learn of
Now
oneness.
this doesn't fall in line with the Christian beliefs, correct? What we're talking.
I would think none
No.
of this.
Yeah, I was gonna say this
because
is-
they think you die and go to heaven and that is it. There is no reincarnation.
you go up and just sing church songs for eternity.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just do boring
in little
stuff.
white choir
Yeah.
suits and no.
Eat shitty wafers. And
You die and
don't think about sex.
and your whole family's like a airport terminal. Like Tony's here.
Yeah.
What's up, bro?
All right, now let's stand here and listen to
It's like I think it's like that for a little bit.
contemporary Christian.
Guess what we're doing for all eternity?
Yeah.
We're going to church.
Yeah.
You're like,
It's not the church part. It's like that for a little bit where you have the reunion with your past family members or lovers or
But-
whatever it may be.
Here's something. All right, we're gonna cross these two over. What if your past family members went back and got reincarnated? They wouldn't be there in heaven to welcome you because they're back living a life, right? Or can they somehow pause that
I'm gonna go deeper.
and come back?
All
I'm
right.
gonna go deeper here.
realistically,
Yes.
I feel like
If,
all of
if
this,
both this existed,
whatever makes
contradiction.
you feel good about your life and your people around you, and whatever puts you at ease when it is time.
yeah,
It is your time to go. I'm not shitting on any of this, right? So
yeah, believe what you
everyone
want to
has
believe.
their own theory, their own beliefs. If this is what puts you at ease when you close your eyes at the
Mhm.
end of this life, good for you.
But like a Marvel movie, I look for loopholes.
Yeah.
I think I just found
Me
one.
personally, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I'm being completely honest. I love everyone around me, but when I'm dead, I don't give a shit. Like when I'm on my deathbed, I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, I wonder what Kelly's doing. Like
Yeah.
I'm dead. I don't
Yeah,
like. I have more pressing
over,
things to
yeah.
worry about at that point. You know what I mean? Like I'd be like, all right.
Usually somebody comes back for you and leads you over.
Dun 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 dun.
What if like
Dun, dun,
he'll never listen, but what if like Ben is just like, Tony, come on? And I'll be like, are you sure? Like,
Oh,
is this what we're doing?
I'm
No,
good.
it like
good.
I'm gonna say it'll be like
I'll
Heidi.
wait for the next one.
Like if you were to go first, you would come back for Heidi. basically.
I'm
See, my nan came back from my pap. in
Heidi.
the
So
end.
Heidi made.
Or like the people say like an old aunt or something will come.
Yes,
or,
somebody we're close to.
grandfather.
Oh, boy, that'd be.
But
Depending-
it's not
depending what
obviously a bad person doesn't come. It's someone
No, somebody
you
we're
had
kind of
good with.
close to.
Yeah, it could
Depending what
be.
family. If one certain friend of mine came to like Tony, I'd be like, I'll wait for the next
It
one.
could be a dog too, or cat, or an animal that you have
No,
that you
it
were. Yes,
can.
yes, it can be.
Stop.
Yes, it can be.
I don't like any of this. An ant walks in the room. You're like,
Well, do you have a connection to an ant? You know?
Yeah, no, somebody you had
a mosquito. You're
a
like,
close relationship
"It's
with.
fine,
Lady
I'm a
could come back for
mosquito
you.
now."
Lady's not coming back for you. She's gonna come back for
oh
Heidi.
yeah, fuck that dog. Won't even talk to me when Heidi's not home. Yeah.
But these are some of the differences now. So, like I said before, soulmates are people that share.
When, Bill Gover says, like, throw me in when I'm dead, just throw me in the trash. Frank Reynolds.
That's what I say. I'm dead. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I don't do bury me, cremate me.
I at least want to be put in the bush somewhere. I
Make
want
me
to
a-
be in the forest.
Especially if I come back, I'm like, hey, new body. Don't worry about the old one.
I want you to carve my body out, right? And then fill it with candy.
Oh,
And then hit me with
God.
sticks.
Here,
until
you
it
would have
pops.
liked Rodney. Rodney, my old boss, he always said this. Dip me in liquid nitrogen, get me in a helicopter, and then smash me
dun,
over
dun,
the stripping pits.
That's dope. That's
I would
dope.
have went the stripping pits, but
he
the rest
said,
was
he
cool.
always said that. I'm like, Rodney.
Here's what I want for my funeral. I want a curtain, like a play curtain, where people
Mhm.
think that's where my coffin is, right? So the coffin's there, closed casket, because of the mystery. Curtain closes, like curtain closes, lights go out. All of a sudden,
Dong.
in sync.
Okay.
Hey, hey, bye bye. Curtain rips open. I'm on wires.
And dancing.
No. The marionette dance.
And I'm
no.
doing the
Like your
Oh,
leg
dear
breaks off
God.
because you're obviously dead.
Yep, and I'm gonna be dancing to In
Oh,
Sync by
boy.
on strings.
I'd pick a better song. That's your funeral.
If I just hope some of my friends
I don't
find
want a
the,
funeral. Here's the thing. I don't want a funeral. I just want somebody who was close to me to
If I
spread
died-
my
if
ashes
I
somewhere
died-
on Deep Creek.
if
There you
I
go.
died and that happened, would you be uncomfortable at my view?
No shit.
Would you laugh?
I think many people be uncomfortable.
I would know it's you and I would laugh.
All right,
yes,
cool.
but
Do you ever see the ones where the guys like they do a recording of them like, get me out of here, I'm stuck.
Oh yeah.
Or, like
yeah.
they're being lowered into the ground and they have like a
that
paper-
was a legit fear in the 1800s
Yeah.
where they would put like string down into the
We're supposed to be
the
talking
coffin.
about love and
Yeah, they would put, but
No.
that's true. They would put string down into a coffin,
With a
and some
bell.
of the old ones with the bell that they would be able to ring, because it's happened a few times.
yeah, I thought that was funny where the guy was just like, I don't know. When you go to funerals, it's supposed to be like obviously sad and shit.
Mhm.
It is, but like I kind of want to change that. Like
Yeah, like why can't it be a good time? Like a lot of
when my friend
societies years ago have a good time. It's not like who
when my friend Lori died, obviously, like for the first hour or for half hour of the funeral, we were all sad. We were crying because like we seen her and it was like she died too young and it was awful, cancer. But like halfway through, me and her daughters and stuff were all hanging out in the back, and we were laughing hysterically. And I think people were like, "Why are they like this?" And all we were doing was just talking about really, really fun times we had with that person, and we were laughing at a funeral. People were like, "This is not the time." I'm like, "This is the perfect time." I don't know.
Yeah, why sit there and mope? Nothing comes from that. Like
Dwell on the
enjoy
positive.
the person. The person probably want you to be happy.
Yeah, dwell on the positive and the fun times. And I know it takes a while to get to that point, but I think it helps the process so much more. Like, don't sit there and talk about like, oh my god, I'm never gonna see Tony. But
Yeah.
remember that time?
Well,
he
yeah,
fucking-
because no shit.
remember the
But,
time I
like,
went to the Reading Royals game and he fucking did a kindergarten pee
Yeah.
in the bathroom? Like, that's what I want people to talk about. Like,
if anything, remember the good. Like
yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
All right, let's get
remember
back to
what-
Valentine's
as good as
Day.
while it lasted. You know?
Yes. Yes. And the last note on the funerals: if you couldn't see me in life and you couldn't send me a card or talk to me in life, don't come to my fucking
Yeah,
funeral.
yeah. Don't be one
Don't
of
do
them
that.
bandwagon jumpers.
I'll jump on my mother's bandwagon with that. My mom always says that. My mom hates funerals, and she always says, if you didn't see me or talk to me in life, don't fucking come to my funeral
Yeah.
then.
Heidi said I would leave her behind. I don't know what she means by that.
Leave you behind. Says I would leave. Wait, I would leave me behind.
He would leave me.
Oh, he would. Oh, you would leave.
Oh, Heidi made a prom. So Heidi tried to make me make a promise, and I'm terrible at that. But she goes, I have to die before her, and she has to die before me.
I don't know if you have much control
because
over
she
that.
said she wouldn't be able to function if I went first. So
That's
she has to die
like
before
twin
me.
flame energy. So you know.
I told her I can't make that promise.
Well, you really can't, because I mean you don't have
No,
control
no.
over that.
What does Jackie say there?
She says I want to go out like a Viking.
There you go.
Down in the ship and then burn it. Yep.
I want to go out fighting.
I want to be cremated, put into a cannonball, and launched into the ocean.
There you go.
There you go.
I like that, Bill.
It's
I
almost similar to Rodney's.
I want to be put into a beer. I want. Oh, you ever see the South Park episode where they put Kenny into like a yoo-hoo and everyone?
No.
Remind me after we're off air. I'm not saying this one on air because my mom listens to the show. Remind me to tell you about the ashes, the unusual urn.
All right. Well, listen. You can't
Ooh.
bring it up on the show and then say off air.
Oh, God.
It's not fair to our listeners.
I seen somebody post on Facebook. It was a glass vibrator where you put somebody's ashes in it.
Oh my.
Into a crystal penis.
Not in a crystal penis. No, it was a glass vibrator that you filled with your loved one's ashes. I was like, what the fuck?
Before my aunt passed away, she had
I'm okay with that. If anyone wants to do it with my ashes, go ahead.
put them in a vibrator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least someone's getting some action.
Yeah.
No.
Just so I could fuck the world one more time.
No matter who.
Anyway,
This is weird.
my aunt had a glass heart, and it was like a spiral pattern,
Yeah.
and inside the spiral was my uncle Steve's ashes.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's a thing. People
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, but not a fucking vibrator. I'm sorry.
I'm cool with that too.
Can't get over that one.
Actually, I changed it. I want to go into a glass dick now.
You want to go into a glass dick
Yeah,
now?
yeah. If anyone here on the podcast dies, can I have your verbal agreement that I can have some ashes and put you into a glass penis?
Yeah, I don't care.
All right, cool.
Burn me up. Do whatever you want.
All right.
I won't be alive to feel it.
Oh
What
my
if
God.
I outlive all of you, like every single person on the network, and I just have like just a row of penises on the table of it's like tombstones, and it's just everyone's. All right, sorry. Let's go ahead.
You're going too far now. Oh my God. So yes, soulmates. This is going to be some differences between the two. So I'm going to keep going from soulmates to twin flames. Like I said before, soulmates can share the similar frequency, and you may have many of them in your lifetime. You might not just have one. Most people have multiples, like at least 5 or more.
Really?
Yes.
Well, that's basing off
5 twin flames.
No,
Oh,
soulmates.
So that's basing it off that soulmates aren't strictly romantic.
They
'Cause
are
a lot of
not
people,
strictly
when
romantic.
the one, and then it's their only one.
The one is technically your twin flame.
Have you ever had a conversation with somebody like, I fucking really like that person? Like that person, like, and then when I say love someone,
Mhm.
I don't mean like I want to
You
fucking
mean agape?
touch your front. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I mean, I genuinely care about you, your soul, everything about
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
like,
Mhm.
what
Yeah.
you stand for.
Then twin flames share this exact same frequency and a more supernatural type connection because you share that same frequency because you decided to divide.
Okay.
So it's the exact same frequency. So when you see that person, it clicks. It's like your love at first sight, basically. Which
Because
I know I don't think any of you believe in.
because it's yourself, though.
It is yourself. You
Which is a
were
little
looking.
weird.
You were looking at the divine masculine or feminine of yourself. So if you look at a girl and you're like, oh, I don't think you have one though, from what you
I do not,
usually
no.
talk about. When you look at somebody, or even if you are homosexual, gay, whatever, it can be in both men and women body. It's just the divine masculine or feminine of the other.
I made the joke that when I first seen Heidi, I fell in love with her, and then she reminded me that we met before this, and I didn't know who she was.
Well,
You might have not been on that same kind of
That didn't
higher
happen.
frequency.
that didn't happen.
No, I think I was trying to beg her friend.
Oh my.
Yeah,
Oh my God, Tony.
she knows. She's aware of the
Hey.
story.
So
The truth will set you free.
spiritual purposes of
love you, Heidi.
soulmates spiritual purposes are learning, growth, evolving into
There
the
you go.
best versions of ourselves, and are usually contracted before birth. I said that already. A spiritual purpose of a soulmate is to connect and feel that unconditional love of being back to one again.
She
Be
says,
oneness.
lady is my soulmate.
Lady is her soulmate.
Funny she says that because lady's
Yeah.
laying right here.
Well, it's not part-
Lady's laying by me.
Lady's dead right now.
She's not.
the dog is alive, everyone. No worries.
She's breathing. She's breathing.
She moved. Cujo, dude, I had 2 dogs that I was like, man, me and this dog get each other, and that was Angel and Cujo.
Mhm.
I mean, lady's cool, but
Honestly,
Little ones.
out of all my animals I've ever had in my life, and I've had a ton, my goat was like my go-to. Like
Right.
he really knew me. Like I would run home from school, I'd run down the mile of a hill, and I'd go get him.
you would have a goat.
I did, and I would go get him out of his
Tri-Valley.
pen,
Yeah.
and then we'd walk up the mountain together.
Aw.
Goats. I actually would love a pet goat.
He was fucking awesome.
If I would have let Heidi, she would definitely have a pig.
Okay. They have them house pigs, some little potbelly pigs.
Potbellies, yeah. My dad wanted one in the worst way. My mom said no.
I'd come home and hear that. I'd be like, fucking, we need to turn this into bacon.
So yes, Yes, they are here to connect and experience that higher vibrational love and union and oneness.
No, with the soulmates you're saying.
This is no
Okay.
twin flame.
Oh, the
Twin flame. Twin flame is always going to be romantic, a romantic, passionate,
Which is weird
eros type
because
love.
It's yourself. Because if you're the soul
it's-
split, that's weird. You know,
It's
I
like
mean, who better to love than yourself?
Are you open to have like a conversation about you personally a little bit here?
Sure. I don't
All right.
care.
So like we always have a conversation off camera about how like Andy has no emotional attachment to like being in a relationship or
No,
being
none.
like he's cool being by himself
Right.
forever.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like that for me, like after meeting Heidi
Mhm.
and being in that situation, it's really hard for me to think of like
Not
someone
being
else
that.
not wanting that.
Okay.
But I honestly think though, if say for some reason fucking I die or she dies or
Yeah.
whatever, or she dies because I'm still here, like I don't know if I would ever seek that ever again. Like I would probably turn into you, right?
Yeah,
Just
it
be
would
like, I'm
probably
good.
be tough.
You're
Yeah.
I
good.
found it. Like
You had it, you found it.
yeah, I
Yeah.
would probably be done.
It might be satisfied. Yeah.
I would like
I would definitely-
I love Sammy, but if I were to ever lose Sammy, I would not do it again either.
But
I would just have a partner like a buddy. That's it.
yeah, I would definitely still go and have some human
Extra-
interaction.
Some fun
Yeah.
times.
Yeah, but I don't think I would like live in a house. and
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
have those.
I think a lot.
I
most
might
people
live
say
with
that.
somebody, but I would never do
No,
the marriage thing and never do the serious
I'd move in with
relationship
Andy.
thing. No. You'd move in with Andy?
I'd have a roommate, like a buddy roommate.
Yeah.
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 That's all I would do too.
Because I need to be around someone.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't live in a house by myself.
Yeah.
I'm
I'd go
very
find
social.
Jackie. Me and Jackie connect on a good level. So
Yeah.
me and her would be.
I'd have to find someone who I can like come home from work and be like, yo, you want to play video games or just talk for a minute?
Yeah.
And then I'd be like, all right, I'll go to my room, you go to your room.
hmm
But like I would still need that.
See, that tells me that yes, Heidi would be your soulmate. Then it's just not, because most people, if they don't have that one person that they truly love, or they lose that one person, then they become almost celibate, where they don't want to do anything.
Oh no, I wouldn't be celibate. Yeah, I would
But
definitely.
you wouldn't connect with
Yeah, I wouldn't.
on
Yeah.
a sexual level.
She'd
You
be like, can I
wouldn't- you
spend the
would-
night? I'm like, you got to go.
yeah, but you wouldn't be connecting on that sexual level either, like you would with Heidi.
Well,
No, sorry, Heidi, I'm bringing you into this, but
Well,
but even
let me tell you something. There's a difference between being in love with somebody and having sex with somebody.
yeah. So here's my thing.
Right.
I truly care about her as a human being,
Mhm.
but the idea of sex, I don't have that emotional feeling towards sex. Like I don't get a magical spark when it happens. Like I can only do this with realistically. I'm not saying I'd ever cheat,
Mhm.
but I just don't have that. I just don't have that same attachment. I don't like that like that type of connection.
Mhm.
I can have a more of a personal connection having a conversation with somebody than I can being physical or intimate.
Okay. So, well, the twin flame idea, it does have to do with sex.
Yeah.
It's like
I've never
it's
ever
like
had
an
sex and was like,
absolute
oh my god, that
Kundalini
was
rising,
so much different
out
than
of
it
this
was
world.
any other time ever.
Yeah.
right? Out of this world, Kundalini rising, everything you've ever imagined.
Never. I can
Magical-
never ever say I subscribe. to
But
that.
again,
Freaking
I
fairy tale.
have to put it back to it's yourself.
Maybe I'm just terrible
You
at sex.
know?
Yeah, maybe I'm
It's
just bad at
yourself.
sex. Yeah.
If you're a twin flame, I can't get over that. The soul splits and
So if
fucks
you
each other.
like I said, you don't have to be a twin flame. Most
Yeah,
people
so,
don't
yeah.
have twin flames. They're very rare. Like I said, they're very rare. But a lot of people are out there searching for them and always looking for them, and they think they need them, and that's not really the truth.
Because they don't have one.
Sometimes they don't have one. And
Yeah.
They
they're
didn't enter the
constantly
queue to
looking.
come back into
Yeah.
the world.
Well, they didn't split when they
didn't split.
Had the chance to. so.
Right. They didn't split. They just
They're
are the
in
ones.
I would've been like,
and
Fuck
that's
that, I ain't
that's
splitting.
see that's the thing I think with him. He
Wants
He's
all of
not-
himself.
he's all himself. He
Yeah.
doesn't have a split or another person out there.
Yeah, if I had that choice, I would say no. I don't want that. That's
Yeah.
not cute.
You don't want to endlessly search for that other person
Yeah,
and feel
no,
lonely at
I need
times,
it. I need
and
it
then
all
have
right
that
now.
and have that loneliness at times. But then you don't connect like others. You don't connect
Eh,
on a
maybe.
spiritual love level.
Yeah, probably not.
Because Andy has
That's
like
fine.
sought
You
after.
might have already done it in a lifetime. previous,
Maybe,
that this
yeah.
is the lifetime now. You came back to do more of something for
be
yourself.
be more
Mhm.
for himself this time around. Like he has people like, oh my god, that's the most attractive human on the planet.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
You don't.
No.
Like if you see like
no. Oh, I say that. I
Yeah.
thought you said people say that about me.
no. But
Oh,
you,
oh
What?
yes.
Now
My
I'm
God,
fucking
now,
Alexa.
lost.
if
Yeah,
you
yeah.
obtained her, would it just be like a one and done, or could
Yeah,
you see
well-
yourself settling down?
It depends because like you can be attracted to someone but not actually get along
So
with
no,
them.
wait,
You know what I mean?
people. I'm lost now. What are we saying here?
So like I want to put it out there that Andy's not like just completely alone. Like he does still say like, oh, this girl's like my dream girl. But I'm just saying, if he were to meet said dream girl, would he then turn his
If
vision?
Alexa Bliss were to walk into your life
See-
right
see-
now,
See, she's really hot, but would we get along? I don't know.
You get along, but
And
she's
here's
still
would she get along with me? Because that's why I don't understand relationships. Because I'll break it down like if I'm talking to an alien.
Yeah.
So you have to be a physically attractive person
Mhm.
and then attracted mentally to them
Mhm.
and get along with them. Those three things. And that person has to have all the things for you. It's just too many variables. It makes no sense to me. How does all that connect? Like unless it was predetermined.
sure.
So that's why I can't wrap my head around it. So would I want to bang her? Obviously.
All right. So
Would I get along with her? I don't know.
all those things match up,
Yeah.
right? Because this is where
and you're saying theory, like theoretically, or
so this is where I think
Obviously.
here's where I think you're this is
She
where I
isn't
think
gonna
your
call me anytime soon.
your disconnect happens.
Yes.
So you meet a girl,
Uh-huh.
all those things match up.
Yeah.
They're all there, right?
She's
but-
Zoe Deschanel.
But she also has the same things you deal with in normal relationships, where it's like, hey, instead of you doing your thing tonight, I need you to come with me and do my thing.
I'm getting a little.
And then you're fucking
I'm
cold
getting-
feet.
I'm getting a little lost there.
Yeah.
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 see, and when you meet your twin flame, other half that just falls into place. You don't stress over that. It just happens.
If you have a twin flame.
If you
Yeah.
have one, yeah.
Okay.
If
So
you
I don't-
have
I don't
one. Or
think-
if you connect strongly with a soulmate, even.
Yeah.
If you connect strongly with somebody, and I think you will connect strongly with somebody someday. You gotta
If
have
you
that
were
one.
like,
Let me
hey
tell you
guys,
something.
I found a girl.
This-
Like, I need to meet this human.
This one girl told me, and it stuck with me, and it got so ingrained to me, and I was like, no, never. She said, you have to call me as soon as you get home from work, and I was like, no, no, I'm
Was
not
it-
doing that.
Well, then you had a possessive bitch.
Yeah, I guess so, but
But that was one girl. Like
I
you can't
know,
have
but that registered in my brain so much, ingrained to me that I was
Well,
like,
well, can't you look
Nope.
at it also
bitches be
as-
out there fucking these men up. You
Ca-
can't do that. Like
Can't you also just see it as courtesy, like just giving her like, hey, I made it home safe?
well, then I have to call all the time. Okay, I made it to work safe. Okay, it's an hour has gone by.
No,
I haven't
no.
got hurt. Like, no.
Okay. Because like if it's like
Okay, here's another question. If she didn't force that upon you, would have you called her or messaged her and said, "Hey, good night, hon. Good night, sweetie. Good night, whatever."
No, it's been honest. No,
No,
I ain't got time
no
for
good
it.
mornings.
I
No
ain't got
nothing.
time for that.
it's turned into a love therapy
I'm
session.
sorry.
Yes, it is.
I like it.
I'm sorry. Let's just talk like normal friends.
Yeah.
Well, even normal friends, like
Yeah, but you don't message all your buddies. Hey,
no,
good
but
morning.
we usually
What the
message
fuck
each
are
other here after if we leave here and it's snowy or
He doesn't.
something.
well, yeah, if
He
it's,
does no, or Brian. Maybe that's Brian. I might be thinking
Yeah.
of Brian because Brian's sweet.
Yeah, Brian, like, hey guys, we made it. I made it home okay. I
but
don't-
that's different if you're traveling in the snow or something like that.
Yeah.
But if you're just
If you're with-
normal everyday travel,
like,
you're probably gonna make it home.
if like
safe.
if I know Heidi has to be home at like 7:00,
Yeah.
and like I fall asleep and I wake up, it's like 7:30,
Mhm.
8:00, and I'm like, she's not home yet.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm gonna give her a call.
well, that's a little bit different.
I
You
think
were
I think
you were
that's-
just stressed out because she put the pressure on you.
I guess I hate
Yeah.
it.
You don't want to live with any kind of
I was years ago.
boundaries.
I hate boundaries. That was over 15 years
Boundaries
ago.
and
I still,
rules.
I still remember.
See, when you meet the right person, there are no boundaries or rules.
I guess so.
They meet and they align. That's
I
what
can't
that's what I'm gonna get into.
I really
here.
don't have boundaries. Like me and Heidi really don't have.
That's
boundaries
good.
or rules.
That's good. I hate a lot of people, but some people need that though.
Like I see videos where a girl walks in and just turns off her boyfriend's Xbox because
Yeah.
like, no,
Oh,
it's my time.
That's
now.
ridiculous.
I'm like, yeah, you leave.
because you would never walk in and turn a movie off on Heidi,
Dude,
right?
the fucking greatest video I seen. I guess it was like a husband and wife, and he's playing PlayStation,
Mhm.
and his girlfriend comes in and just turns it off, and he just looks at her and goes, "This is all I have. Like this is the only thing that's me. Like I do everything for
The
you. I
only
work.
way-
I do
the-
everyuld around the house. This is the only thing I
The
have.
only
And
way
you're-
I
and you're
would ever
taking
do
that away?
something like that is if you didn't get up for 3 days and you stank and you didn't
that's
eat.
different. Yeah.
I'd be like,
Have
pull
you?
it out of the. I'd pull it out of the fucking wall and say, "Get up, get a fucking shower, and
There
get
is-
something to
Get a
eat."
job, you bum.
Yeah.
There is certain days where a game comes out you really anticipated, and you're like, I need to take a day or two to just do nothing with this.
Oh,
thing.
see, now I would still shower and I still go get
Yeah.
something to eat. And yeah, I can't.
If you didn't like, that's one thing. I'm a big hygiene person.
Yeah,
if you
me
didn't
too.
shower, I'd be like, get the fuck up.
Oh, you would
you
hate
know?
Like when Skyrim came out, I was like, I'm gonna play this all day, but I still brush my teeth. I
Yes.
still got something to eat. I still took a shower.
that kind of stuff, like that would irk
like,
me. Then
I
I'm
can't.
pick- I'm
I
picking
can't
for
be
a
a
reason.
fucking loser bum like that.
what did you say?
I'm Pigpen for a reason.
I can't. I just can't.
And that's why I like you and I respect you for that. You
Yeah.
know, That's fine, but I like
If
to
I
me,
have
it's
nowhere
like,
to
no.
be, yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, and I like to take a
Greasy
break.
hair. No, I'm not
Oh,
showering.
so, you know,
So I don't do my hair every day either because it's healthier if you don't. Actually.
My hair's up because it's probably greasy right now.
But that's actually why probably you have the healthiest looking hair out of us all.
yeah,
Yeah.
mine's always greasy. So,
Anyways, back to this and
There's 9 people watching.
Not-
you guys
less
are
hair.
fucking
they're like-
awesome, by the way. I'm sorry.
tell us more why you don't want to date anyone.
10 people.
the
Real
love
quick.
session is funny.
Daniel Valinsky with a like on Facebook. Sam Troop with a like.
Thanks, Dan and Sam. That sounds like a sitcom.
Dana Yoder. I believe is that Bill's mom? I don't know. Mike
I
with the
don't know.
like. Hearts over on the other side. Mary and Heidi with the heights. So the hearts on Facebook. So thank you all so
Yes,
much.
Thank you guys so
Uh,
much. Thanks to my Sammy out
Bill
there.
Bill says he doesn't do his hair every day.
Hey, he
either.
got a lot of hair right here on his face.
Yes, he
Yeah,
has a
huge-
nice red beard.
Big huge beard. Yeah. Hey, Bill's bouncing back and forth. He's giving us love on YouTube and Facebook.
Yeah.
This guy's doing it all.
He's awesome.
I love that guy. But 10 people watching. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you hit that share button. If you're watching on YouTube, share the link, or if you're on Facebook, just hit share and help us out a little bit. And then comment in the chat. Did you find your soulmate? What do you think about
Or
love?
if you're
Yeah.
a twin flame, if you were sold split in two,
Yes,
and
if
then,
you-
have
if-
sex with yourself.
Yeah.
It's,
I can't get over it.
You
I can't get
cannot.
over it.
You cannot think that way. You have to think at a higher rate.
My
You
buddy-
have to think at a higher vibrational frequency.
My buddy Randy and Bishop have a band called Meow Boy.
What? Now,
It's called
boy.
Meow Boy, and it's like really like abstract, obscure songs.
Oh boy.
And the one song is "I Fucked Myself to Death,"
Oh, okay.
where he finds himself and he meets himself
Yeah.
in a parallel universe, and they hook up,
Yeah.
and he kills himself having sex with him.
Oh my.
Yeah, it's a funny song.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, basically.
So the next thing is the difference here, as soulmates may be similar, but also have contrasting differences, multiplicity, and can be in our lives for a short or longer periods of time.
Here's the thing. I think you can have. So what you're saying is a twin flame isn't just like, oh, every single thing about that person is the exact same as me. You have to have some difference.
No, you have to. It's usually with a twin flame, your weaknesses are their strengths because everything about them is going to complete
All right,
you.
I can subscribe to that.
That makes sense because if
Like-
you split, you know,
Right.
somebody gets this, somebody gets that.
Because listen,
Right.
I love Heidi to
Since-
death, but if she was into everything I was into, I'm
Mhm.
like, go the fuck away and find
Mm.
your own thing to do for like just
No.
an hour.
No, like to make this short and sweet here, like I'm not a great talker, so my twin flame would be a great talker, like
Yeah.
a good showman and good can like really pump himself
Ric
up and pump
Flair.
up. Yes, he would be like the Ric
Woo!
Flair. Like that's
Let me
kind of what
tell
it
you
is.
something.
And if my other half didn't like handle emotional touch or that kind of stuff, then I would bring that in and I would heal that within him.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like a puzzle piece fitting together.
Sure. All right. I subscribe to that. I just want to make sure that people thinking like if you find your twin flame, it has to be
No, it's not all the
straight-
same.
Every relationship, everything is going to have challenges.
You will not be
Mhm.
exactly the same.
even if
in
you,
every
even when you see a couple, you're like they have to be the greatest couple. People go through shit.
They have
yeah.
some problems.
and then when
yeah.
you meet your twin flame, like there's like a honeymoon, there's apparently like a honeymoon like type of air like anybody has, like an over exhilaration of love and happiness and high vibrational frequency, like oh my god, it's like it's the best, like fairy tale. But then you
Ho-
get thrown, just like the fairy tales, you get thrown all these kind of trials and tribulations. to
Heidi,
see if
how
you
long
can-
was our honeymoon period? I think it was like a week.
well,
And it was like we're shitting with the door open.
and like anything, you know, you're not as into it. 2 years after.
He could not
well,
handle that.
No, I could not.
the honeymoon phase.
What you just said.
Shit with
The
the door, open.
open.
Oh no, I don't know.
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
He's like Howard. Like you,
Yeah.
there has to be boundaries in
Yeah.
that spot.
Don't want to
Yeah.
see it. I don't want you to see me. We don't have to share that.
That's where me and Heidi have most of our conversations.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, because like the only time we're like one of like
I'll talk when you're done. I'll wait.
all right, there it is.
Yeah, everyone needs
So-
alone time.
Oh, Heidi says our honeymoon was 5 minutes.
Oh,
5
okay.
minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes.
So yeah, and then twin flames are one soul that choose to divide. Yeah, I said that already.
Oh my god, Bill was on YouTube. Switched to YouTube to stream to the TV, but when I was on Facebook, I was in the shower. So Bill
Oh,
was listening
boy.
to us while he was showering.
Oh wow.
Yeah, now.
We got really intimate with Bill.
Yeah.
We got intimate with Bill.
Good thing he didn't have his camera on.
Yes.
Well, that had to be
Bill.
purposeful.
Then we could have
My
started an
camera on.
OnlyFans.
Put it in the shower. Oh my,
That's dedication that you want to listen to us in the shower.
that is.
I don't think that's ever happened in our
That's
podcast.
how I listen to most of my stuff is in the shower.
Really?
Yeah, I have a pop like one of those JBL speaker clips. That thing goes in the shower with me all the time because this thing can't.
I
thing doesn't go in the
I have a
bathroom.
speaker,
So
but I
this
leave
thing
it
will
outside
play
of the shower.
A
though.
podcast or music or that thing comes. It's waterproof, so it comes in the shower with me. It goes on my towel rack, so I could listen to stuff.
Interesting.
If it's in the classes
I have a
that way, I
speaker,
do
like,
everything.
I listen to music while I'm in the shower.
Oh, okay.
And then I sing to myself.
Oh,
Sing in the shower.
Do whatever you
too.
want. You know?
Yeah. The thing is, do you dance in the shower?
No, because I'll fall and I have a bad body. And if I
Oh
fall,
God, I'd be afraid of slipping and falling.
I don't take a lot of showers because I slip and I fall. And if I fall and I go to
You're
catch
done.
myself, shoulder comes out, knee comes out.
Yeah.
I take a
Yeah.
lot of baths.
I mean, that's
I'm a bath guy.
well, shower.
Mhm.
If you fall in the shower, that's not good for a perfectly fine person.
No.
You know? Because you're wet. And you
Oh yeah, falling for me is not fall. I'm like the fucking crash test dummy. I fall and I can fucking fall out in 4 spots.
you explode.
I literally explode. Yeah, I've already fell one time, like out trying to shovel my car, threw my back out, dislocated my knee and
Oh
ankle
God.
and my shoulder. So you ever lay on the sidewalk in the freezing cold and you're like, what joint do I
Yeah,
put back
that's
in
probably
first?
Horrible. Yeah.
That sucks. And you're like, I still have to put all this back in and go to work that day.
Mm.
So it was a fucking shitty day. Yeah. Yeah. So showers and me. I need those grippy things
Yeah.
on the shower.
The old people handle.
Yeah, those grippy things at the bottom of the shower.
Dude,
Though,
I'm
they
35. I'm fucked, guys. I'm fucked. I'm gonna be getting sponge baths in 2 years. That's all there is to it.
Heidi, you know what you're in for, honey.
That's awful. I hate my life. Sorry, go ahead.
So oneness, yeah, the twin flame is all about like rejoining and being like in oneness with each other. Not everybody has a twin flame. Usually if you do find a twin flame, there is something called like a chase and a chasee. Sometimes if they're not on a spiritual level with you, they could run. Like it could be a bad relationship basically if they're not on that same frequency as you, but you can feel it, but they don't feel it. But
That's
you're
called
trying to
stalks. That's something.
right.
But
You're
it's-
forcing it.
But still a twin flame, even though
Yes. Yeah.
Twin flame on one. It's only a one-sided.
I guess you're not done being apart yet.
You're not like you in a sense
Yeah.
being too afraid to commit to
That's
somebody.
called a serial killer.
Or not evolved enough higher thinking, like not involved enough thinking, oh, I want to go and mess around with more people.
Yeah.
I'm not done with that yet.
Maybe.
You know, and if you're trying to force that other person,
Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't work. Yeah.
it don't work. So even if you do feel all
You
the
would consider
connections,
that a twin flame?
yeah,
You see, I would
That's
say
what
that's
they-
not
that's
a
what
twin.
they
I would say
say.
no.
that's what they say. So
I
and
disagree.
some
with
people
that.
meet on different levels.
I disagree with them.
But usually if you do meet somebody and you get in that relationship with the other, and let's say like I meet with somebody and I'm on a higher spiritual plane than he is.
Mr. X, well, like Robin.
Yeah. So say I'm like 3 rungs ahead of him on the ladder, he will usually level up then to where I am. Because resonant frequency always like your frequencies always kind of rise to that other
Pokemon XP
dominant
share.
frequency.
Mhm.
So that's another thing.
The twin flame thing, it's interesting.
It is. And there's so many theories and stuff out there. Like I said before, I've said on different podcasts, believe what you want,
That's right.
take what you want and leave the rest.
Yeah.
That's what I do. And that's what I'm doing. I'm saying the
Hey,
stuff
eat
that
all you
kind
want.
of
Take all you eat.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna.
we're turned into the Chinese buffet. Jesus
if-
Christ.
I can say if you want to subscribe to everything Kelly has said today, go for it.
Yes.
But if you have a twin flame and you feel in your heart that you're a twin flame and she has now have a restraining order, you should let that flame die out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't want to let that one go.
Yeah. Don't. But I
Some
heard a
twin-
truth behind illusion.
and twin flames don't last forever. They don't sometimes necessarily have the right things at that moment to last either. One could
Yeah.
be married, one could be already in a relationship with
Oh,
somebody
boy.
else.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
could be a thing too.
Listen,
One
if your twin flame is married or doesn't want to be your twin flame, extinguish that shit and fucking figure.
Let it go because
and
you'll
figure your
rejoin
life
at a
out.
later date.
Yeah. Or just wait till
yeah,
both of
you
yous
could
die and
rejoin.
then
That's the thing. Is,
Yeah, wait till yous both die, try again the
waiting,
next life.
waiting for that other person to learn that lesson, whatever lesson they're in at that moment, and then meeting at a different
I'm just
point in time.
I'm just covering ourselves when we get pulled into court when someone murders someone. Like, well, I heard in a podcast.
That's your fault.
Joe Rogan told me.
And sometimes, and this is what I believe is with me, because my Sammy, he's not a twin flame for me. He's a soulmate.
So you think you did not get split up then?
I do.
Oh.
But mine's on the other side as a guide. So there is a thing too where your twin flame could stay behind on the spiritual plane and guide you.
Interesting.
And that's what I believe mine is. I'm not oneness either. Like I'm not like Andy and didn't decide to not divide. I divided, but mine's on the other side.
So when you have Mario Kart and then you watch the Ghost Race, what you did the last time, and then you can compare. You know, it's like the spirit guiding.
It's like a spirit
Do
guide.
you think at the end of like our life, it's like a Resident Evil game where like you score S plus.
Yeah, you get a ranking and a rating.
Like you,
how you did.
like you get up there.
We
Hours
could do a
spent.
whole podcast on that because I have like different theories
You
on
get up
that
there,
too,
and they're
like
like,
Summerland.
you
And
fucked all that up. Like
Yeah.
you didn't even. You missed the mark so bad.
Yeah, you missed all these.
Like we
achievements.
put you on a dead path, and you somehow every time just missed it. Every single like how did you live that whole life? Like you scored an
Could
F.
be, yeah, get,
and like
Get back in there and try again.
like possibly like what Andy is there. He never split like those people like you possibly have souls that are a strong sense of self and enjoy life really easy. But on the other hand, they don't experience that type of like unconditional love, basically.
Yeah.
So, and then I'm going to go into signs that you might have met your twin flame already. Or if you have a multitude of these, then you probably have met your twin flame.
Let's figure it out.
but not everyone is a twin flame though.
Not everybody
If
has
you're
one.
listening,
No.
maybe you have.
Do you
these,
think
maybe
you and
not.
your mom are soulmates?
No.
Our souls are.
Soulmates.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah,
Yeah,
as in the group of adventurers.
What
So
about
you're not super close to your mom.
No, not really.
What about your gram?
Yeah, a little bit. I was a little bit closer to her. She's
Okay.
not alive anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your
So
gram.
you
I
still,
love when
do you still find yourself missing her?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
I love when you do your gram quotes.
Yeah, because she.
Give us a gram quote.
Oh, jeez, I can't.
I don't think I ever heard one from
Oh,
him.
hey, they're so good. But
Yeah,
like a
they're real
girl,
good, yeah.
yeah, like a girl or something like that. Like if a girl does this, she's a whore or something like that. Or something.
Yeah, well, yeah, she had a lot of good lines. you
Yeah.
know?
Andy Graham lines. I love them.
I had one to pop.
Well,
in my
did you
head.
spend a lot of time with your gram?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know we're getting into Andy's
yeah, well,
life.
well-
This is the Life of Andy podcast.
One was, I don't know
For
who
all
it
the
was.
ladies out there that like
Yeah.
Andy, or
Which-
boys,
which is
whoever.
probably none.
Yeah.
Here we
grandma
go.
would say about the. I forget who it was, but it was some funny on a TV show, and she would always date famous person. She's like, "You don't want to be like that because you don't want to be a star fucker." I go, "Star fucker."
Your gram would say,
Yeah.
that.
I was like, I like that star fucker.
I had.
I want to be a star fucker.
Did
I
your
don't
gram
know.
like openly curse and stuff?
Yeah.
I love that.
I see. I didn't have no boundaries like that growing up.
Yeah, my gram rarely curses, but when she does, it's like I high five her.
Oh, okay.
Get it, mom. You cursed. Yeah. I did a shot with my gram one.
Is that what you
Oh,
call her,
that
mom?
sounds
Mom.
cool.
Yeah, so mom and pop up were my mom's side.
Mom.
Okay.
Pop-up, yeah.
Yeah.
Mine were Nan and Pap.
I don't think I ever had a nan or pap or grandmother. Terminology. I would say that's
Mhm.
my grandmother. But,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
when we were there, like I think my I don't really remember my grandma on my dad's side, but everyone called her Grandma Betty. Like
Mhm.
that's what I guess I called her.
Yeah.
But I don't remember. I was so young.
And what did you call your grandmother then?
Grand.
Like,
Gran.
or
Yeah,
nan.
just gran,
Like hey
yeah.
nan.
Yeah.
Like not like it was just mom.
What's that
for
word
us.
that people use? Pam says it on the office. It blew my mind. I was like, what the fuck is that?
Oh shit. It's like a PA. Is it like a PA Dutch or a Polish thing?
Yeah, for your grandma, Meemaw. That's it.
Meemaw.
I was like, what?
I call my
Meemaw.
mother Meemaw. Like
was
when
like-
I couldn't, like when I was a teenager and I couldn't find her in the store, I'd be screaming, Meemaw, where are you at? Where are you at?
Yeah.
My mom gets upset with me because I still call her mom. I don't call her Carrie. She's
Oh,
like,
she wants you to call.
she wants me to call her a regular. I'm like, no, you're my mom. She's like, I called my mom Eleanor forever.
Do you-
Why don't you call me mom?
Are
or
you
Carrie?
a person that refers to their mom like mommy and daddy still?
No,
Sometimes
Yeah.
that's a thing, and I'm like,
Yeah, you
No.
know what? I want to stop.
but she'll forever.
you can
like,
drop the
mom.
Y,
Yeah.
drop the MY.
yeah. When you get when
DY.
you get a, when you're a teenager, you can stop that.
I mean, if that's you're comfortable to do it, but it's
Yeah,
strange to me.
Yeah,
No,
that's-
and then my dad's forever my dad. Like I'll never call him Leroy.
Yeah.
Leroy
Jenkins. All right, let's get. So, what are some signs?
Some signs that you might have met your soulmate or twin flame, I should say.
Yeah, it's twin flame.
Soulmates, you do have that instant connection with that you kind of feel like at a good frequency with or a good like relationship with. It could be, but twin flames
got
are
one.
like
Sorry, Jared, your soulmate. You seem like you get along with him very well. The bus driver.
Oh, I had.
Yeah.
I was like, what are we talking about?
fucking
I
random.
immediately thought Jared from Subway.
No, I'm trying to find out who's
Please, not Jared from Subway.
who's Andy's like kindred, like who's his kindred flame.
Here's a
soulmate.
bus driver.
That's a friend.
Yeah, Roy,
yeah.
my friend. Yeah.
Oh,
But
okay.
he has a bus company.
Yeah,
That's
and I
what
feel like
started.
you guys
Oh.
bond really well.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never heard you talk about him, so,
Oh,
so I
okay,
was
yeah.
lost too.
He's a dope dude.
Oh.
We were driving home from on his school bus. He owns school buses, and every
Okay.
now and then we'll all get into a bus and go somewhere.
Yeah.
And he drives everybody. Like so, we all
Oh,
got on
that's
an old school
cool.
bus and we went to the Renaissance Fair.
Yeah.
And there was like 20 of us. It probably wasn't 20.
Can we
but
do that?
Yeah,
For
but it was
my,
close.
can
was
we
close.
do that for my birthday this year? I've been wanting to go back forever, and nobody
Yeah,
wants to go with
I
me.
love the Renaissance
Dude,
Fair.
the
food's delicious.
We all dressed up. I look like
yeah, and I'd like to dress up too. I don't want to just go and.
I just
be
wore
plain.
a cape. I just look like I look
I'll
like
dress you up.
I
I'll
look like
dress
what's
you
his
up.
name from Game
I'll
of
get ya.
Thrones. That's all I wore.
Oh yeah, like a Jon Snow.
I had a
type
Jon Snow
Yeah.
thing, and he dressed up as a full pirate.
Mhm.
Yeah. I used
Yeah.
to be a gypsy or a pirate when I went with friends that
Yeah.
liked it.
Yeah, I would like armor, but that's expensive.
But on the way home, we hit a bird or a hawk or something, and there was
oh yeah, the
blood-
side of the bus. Yeah, I forgot
blood
about that.
all over the bus.
Oh,
It's pretty
Yeah,
awesome.
because it was right. I
it's
was like,
pretty
I
awesome.
was like, what?
Yeah.
I was like,
I felt well, so
No.
Andy actually went up to the front of the bus and hung out with him because we all did the cool kid thing, and we all went to the back of the bus. I'm like, I feel bad that we're all back here and he's
yeah,
just
Rich came
driving.
up then too.
Yeah, and then he kind of went up and hung out with him a little bit.
Well,
but
that's where the cool kids went.
Dude,
we all
was-
tried to beam for the back.
it was fun. It was a good time.
I could never.
It
sit
was
in
like
the
grown
middle.
adults in a bus drinking beer and just fucking talking. It was a good time. Yeah, but that
Sometimes the simplest things are the things to relish in.
and he's the guy who drives the bus. He's a really cool guy. But
Oh.
I feel like
Now I
I'm
know
trying to
bus
find out,
driver
like, who's-
Jared. Hello
who's
out there,
close to Andy or like would be like a kindred spirit.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
or a soulmate. Yeah,
soulmate.
I got a lot of friends.
Yeah.
you know.
yeah. It's a friend you really connect on a higher level with, and they kind of push and challenge you a bit.
I called my grandmother Mom too. We used to drink Guinness together and do Irish car bombs every
Wow.
Christmas.
Oh,
How about
look at
that?
that, Bill. That's
Bill's
awesome.
Graham's killing it. All right, let's
Yeah.
get
She
to
is.
So what are some
So
signs?
some signs. It's a certain feeling of home. Like, and a lot of people say this is super hard to describe because it's almost like fairy tale like. So when you meet this person, you instantly have that connection of like, oh my God, I'm home. Like I'm just at ease with everything. Two, sharing the same core values. So they usually share the same core values. And if you don't, you usually kind of change and become that same thing. Like Andy there, he would have to find somebody who didn't want to kind of live with them, didn't want those kind of like the same.
You meet a nice girl, you're
Right,
very
you're
liberal,
gonna-
liberal, and you just become super conservative.
Yeah.
And
Right, you can
Core
bend
values.
to meet her, or she can maybe bend to meet you.
I
Or,
love-
or
I
like
love-
she'll usually him or her would actually like kind of change before they meet you, but they don't know why.
So here's my
And
thing.
then when they meet you, they're like, "Wow, I just
fucking-
changed my view on that a few months ago before I met you."
hate when couples do that.
Yeah.
If I'm friends
Yeah,
with you
be
for like
yourself.
10 years
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh my God, you're super like, oh, this is you as a person. And then you start touching friends with somebody else. And you're like, and I like all their stuff. It's like, you're so fake.
Yeah. And-
You're going to break up in 6 months.
yeah, because that's not gonna last. You can't fake it. That
Yeah.
Yeah,
You only
it's-
fake it for
it's-
so long.
I'm not gonna say you're gonna change right when you meet the other person. Like if somebody met you, she's gonna bend to your every will.
Mhm.
I'm
This
a
is
sports
gonna
guy
be-
too. I hate when the girl
And
adopts her boyfriend or vice versa. They adopt each other's sports teams as their new favorite.
Oh,
Yeah, that-
no.
I don't like
No,
that.
no,
I
no.
fucking like what
No.
you like.
Yeah.
No.
Fucking hate that.
You know.
No.
I'm so happy
If your
Heidi's
favorite
not
food's
into
pizza,
this.
I
and then
would
now all of a sudden
much-
it's tacos. Come on.
I would much rather have like Sam's a Caps fan with me, but if he wasn't, I would much rather him be a Flyers or a Penguins fan. I want that at that
Yeah.
that like division and
Heidi
that
tried
little
to
bit
get
of
into
angst
sports
to
and she
it.
did like the thing in the beginning, and I just kind of looked at her one day and I was like, "You can stop this, you know that, right?" She goes, "Thank you so much."
so much and walks out.
Yeah, and then she's like, "All right, I'm no longer gonna
Well,
pretend I
that's-
like sports."
That's that I exit stage left on racing because I don't like it anymore, and that's it. I'm done.
Yeah.
You know.
Nothing wrong with that. But go
So,
ahead.
Yeah, you have similar upbringings or interests when you were little. So it's like when you talk to this person, they've done the same things as you when you were little, same activities, same likes and dislikes,
Mhm.
maybe same type of family environment, that kind of thing. You kind of walked a similar path as a child. Another one, both people make each other. I've said this before. You kind of fit like the puzzle piece. You kind of build up and fit in where this person might be weak. Her weakness might be this, and then you kind of fill that in, and her strength might be your weakness. So
Yeah.
you kind of complete each other in that sense. It's a connection like any other. It's that love at first sight, basically. Some people you say you get butterflies. Other people say it's that instant connection and knowing when you look into somebody's eyes
Hmm.
too.
You know what?
Instant connection.
You know one of my instant connections with Heidi was?
But
I used to
that ass.
yeah, that ass.
That ass.
that brown skin. No, I brought her up. Actually, I thought she was Hispanic when I first met her. She
I didn't know what she was, to be honest with you.
yeah, I thought I didn't think for
I
Spanish
just knew
girls.
she was nice.
I
Yeah.
think of Spanish girls like Spanish. She goes Asian. I go, all right.
Are you sure?
Yeah. it's like- we played a game where I literally guessed like 100 different things and I never came close. But anyway, we brought a kid to my house and I had a huge bookshelf full of movies. Like, always been in the movies. And then she was like, that was her thing too. She always like loves movies. And I was like, pick a movie out, we'll watch it. Now back in the day,
Not that one in 3 hours.
back in the day when I invited
No Return of the King
Yeah.
dates for you.
when I invited a girl over and I said, come over and watch a movie.
Oh, yeah. You know
We-
what that meant.
We weren't watching a movie.
That was Netflix and chill back then.
yeah.
You will fuck.
Yeah, we were. At least I was trying. But she, out of all the, I had hundreds of movies,
Mhm.
and she picked Goodfellas.
Oh wow.
You
Like,
knew
and I was
it
like,
then.
you're a female, and you just picked Goodfellas.
Yeah.
I was like, all right. I was like, and I literally said to her as a joke, I said, that just earned you a ring in the future. Like, we're gonna get
Much better than Good Burger.
that's an instant bonerific.
Run for the hills.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Some people do it.
Feeling like you can be around, this person, and be your total self. There is no mask or
Which is,
masquerade.
I believe that's how it should always be.
Absolutely.
I don't like, a lot of people don't, because a lot of guys have that anything to get laid.
Yeah,
you know,
I think a
and they
lot of people,
just
when they meet
pretend.
somebody for the
And
first
girls
time,
do that too.
for the first
yeah,
like
girls do that too. I think
Yeah.
girls do that more than guys do.
first year and a half or first couple of months when people would meet each other, they put up a facade of what they think the other person's going to like.
Yes.
And then you're like, all right, because that invisible wall and
Right.
that persona only
That
goes
doesn't
so
exist
long,
in this.
and then it goes away,
Yeah.
and then like,
Yeah.
you're not who I thought you were. And you're like, yeah, I was doing that because I thought you would like that.
Yeah.
It's almost like you're trying to be with that person, what you would think that person would perceive
That's
you to
catfishing into a sense.
It is.
be. Yeah. But I mean, I think
don't like that.
that's
No.
human. That's just normal human interaction.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's catfishing into a sense. Like, you really have to go into like a relationship. I think this should be for every relationship, no matter if it's a soulmate, karmic, whatever, or any kind of romantic relationship.
Dude, if
you need to
you're-
go in as
If you're
yourself.
weird and you meet someone, you're like, I care about this person, or even if it's like a friendship, like, hey, this is my friendship, and we're gonna get talking to let your freak flag fly. This
Yeah.
will be like, yo, I'm into this, and they'll be like, oh, really? And then if they could have a normal dialect conversation and ask questions and like be interested in what you're into, then
Yeah. If they're so offended, then fuck them.
and if they're offended, then they're like, all right, cool, that you just dodged a bullet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another thing is an increase in psychic gifts. So when
Ooh, I love
like
this side.
a few months before you meet this person, you might be able to start to have more clairaudience, which is like hearing voices or seeing things, clairvoyance. Like,
That's
you could,
creepy.
your third eye opens up a little bit more.
I would like some of this, please.
Yeah. I just need
Give me
some,
the psychic
I
powers,
need a little
and
bit of-
then leave.
Or
So I
they
just
say
get the psychic powers.
telekinesis, which is where you can kind of hear their thoughts.
That's
right?
telepathy.
Telepathy. I'm sorry. So that's it. He's right. It's not me, not telekinesis, but
When
telepathy.
people tell me they
They
have
say that's
that-
the biggest one, that you can hear them in your head.
when people tell me they have that,
Before you meet them.
Yes.
Well, that's crazy. But how would you know? Like, what are they saying to you? Like, how would you know it's them?
Well, the next thing I'm going to get into is dreams too. That you
Okay.
dream about them. Some people dream about them, and they dream exactly of this person. They know
Wow.
what they look like, or know what they're, they can feel their energy match.
Yeah.
And then a few months later, they meet this person. It's like, oh my god, I dreamt about you.
I'm very
Oh.
open-minded, and I'll listen to anything you have to say or what you believe in, and I'll accept it as long as it's not hurting anybody for the
Mhm.
most part. But like when people are like, "Oh, I have these abilities," a part of me is just like,
Prove it.
like, yeah, prove it, or like, I don't know how much I subscribe to this, but I still like you as a person, so
Yeah.
I guess I'll entertain it.
Yeah,
But
because you're sitting at a table with a person that believes, and I believe I have clairvoyance, so I
Yeah.
can see certain stuff when I meditate.
Yeah,
It's very easy for me.
Clairvoyance.
only because like I haven't experienced it, so
Mhm.
it's just so like
And
to
I-
me, and I've read so, and
It's
I've been so involved
foreign,
with pop
yeah.
culture and comic books and superheroes. Like, so you want superpowers? Like, you
Yeah.
think you have superpowers? And I'm like, that's not a real thing.
Yeah. But it's always because
But
people have been
everybody-
told that is not real. So
Yeah.
if everyone said to me, "Hey, France isn't real," I've never been there, so I guess it isn't. But I know.
But I
it's
do
not.
believe in the power of the mind.
Yeah.
I think people can.
Believe that they can. But
Exactly.
They don't. Yes.
Yeah.
But if you have telekinesis, that's the ability to move objects with your
Right,
mind.
right,
Why wouldn't you show someone?
Yeah.
right.
Because if I could fucking lift that candle right now, I would do it. I'm like, look at this. This is awesome.
Yeah.
And then I would also.
Like
Be able to fly.
I have friends who are mediums and
Mhm.
stuff like that, and I'm not saying that they're con artists or bullshit. Like listen,
You
I
just don't subscribe to it.
I respect them, and
Yeah.
I will listen to them, and I will listen if they have guidance, but I'll take what I need, and I will put the rest on the back burner. If it happens, it happens, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. But if it doesn't happen, I don't rub their nose in it.
Yeah. Well, look at you. You said stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like, all right, cool. Because at the end of the day, even if the way I subscribe to it, and this, I'm not trying. I hope I'm not offending you or anyone else, but like,
no, it's your belief.
yeah, but like at the end of the day, if you believe that and that's what helps you get through life, who am I to tell you
That's
you're
right.
a fucking kook? Like,
Yeah.
that's our.
That's
not
right.
saying
In
you're
the
a kook,
end,
but like,
if any of this information helps anybody, that's my big thing with this whole thing, is if I can spread any kind of information to make somebody smile, make somebody like realize, oh, well, that's cool. I can subscribe to that. I can follow that and make my day better.
the only
Awesome.
time I ever have issues with mediums and psychics and people who
When they
claim
take
to have,
money.
well, they not when they take money, because I think people should be paid for their goods.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if you know if you so I think there's people who maybe mentally believe they legit have this, and if they and they're doing it and that's their gift and it's legit helping people, fine. But when you know in your heart and soul that what you're doing is not legit
Okay.
and you're conning people
Mhm.
Yeah.
and you're using grief and human emotion
Yes.
to pull money out of somebody,
Yeah, that's wrong.
you're a
Wrong.
scumbag.
Yeah.
That's
You're
a con
fucking
artist.
dirtbag.
Mhm.
Right.
That's carny.
I think
Yeah.
fucking with people's money is worse than fucking with their emotions.
And there are some psychics you can I went to how many now? Two or
Yeah.
three. There was one that was totally wrong for me. Everything was wrong.
Yeah.
And then there's another one that was spot on with stuff that she would have never known in a million years and pulls out of a hat. You know what
I just
mean?
want to be really clear because on this podcast, I want to encourage people to come on and talk and not just do parlor tricks to prove to me that you're you don't have to do anything for me.
Yeah.
But I don't want I also don't want people to think I would never go on that podcast because all they would do
Here-
is just
Expose me.
shut me
Right.
down or
Yeah.
try to
Here's
expose me.
another thing that'll blow your mind. And if you ever talk to my mother, she'll tell you. Years ago, when I was a senior in high school, my mom went with her girlfriend to a psychic, and at the time, I was kind of dating her son.
Mhm.
So
The psychic son?
no, her girlfriend's son.
Oh,
so
okay.
my mom and her best friend went, and the psychic said no, she's not going to end up with him, but she will move on and have a happy relationship, and she will be in public speaking. And at that time, I didn't speak. I didn't do
Now you're on a
anything like
podcast,
this.
Look at you.
I didn't do anything like this. So then mom told me a couple months ago when I was doing my crystal classes, she's like, holy shit, the psychic was right. Here you are, you're kind of doing public speaking. And now I'm on even a bigger scale than I am now, than I was then. So
There you go.
Mhm.
Look at that.
And you're not with that dude.
nope.
I have superpowers. I'm making dreams come true.
Maybe.
I don't know. I'm just talking shit at this point. All right. Is there anything else?
Yeah, a few more yet, and then I will pull cards and do all that jazz here if I can get
While she's pulling up this last one, if there's anyone in the chat that's still hanging out with us, if you want a card reading, just say in the chat me.
Yep.
And we will pull a card for you and
So
she'll give you a reading, and me and Andy will chime in and give you our clairvoyant opinions.
Anti-reading.
No.
So yes, dreams and astral encounters. Now, astral encounters, that could be a whole different podcast itself. That's when you're kind of right outside of your body. You're outside of your body dream walking.
I have a hard time with
basically.
that.
Yeah.
So you have a hard. See, that's the one thing I do all the time. I have to try and stop myself.
If someone tells me that you can astral project and do all that,
Yeah.
I'm like, stay out of my house.
Yeah. Well,
Because I do shit when people's not here.
well, they could see,
I don't wear a lot of
but they
clothes.
can't interact really.
Yeah, but they could
You can interact. If the other
Okay.
person can do it, yes, you can interact.
but
you
you
can
could-
meet on another plane. Yes.
No, I'm saying if
could
you astral
project,
project into someone's house,
Yeah.
you can't physically.
Do anything.
Yes.
No.
but you can see me naked.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
No. It kind of doesn't really work that way. You got to kind of allow it, basically.
I don't allow it.
If that's
See, if you put that up and say to my guides or whatever, and you just say, I don't allow anything like that, your guides will listen to you and then we'll stop it.
If
But you'll
you're an
have a block.
astral projector, you're not allowed in my address.
if that's
Okay.
if that's your power, right?
yeah, if that's
and
your
you astral
superpower,
project, and all you're gonna do is check up.
I don't
naked,
want you to see me fat
Maybe you
naked
shouldn't
body.
have
Yeah.
that power.
Another thing is
Weirdly
totally
watching my adult videos on the internet.
another
You're not
sign.
welcome to that show.
Another sign for a twin flame is total acceptance. So say you kind of had some theories or whatever, whatever this person does, it's just total acceptance.
Doing my Doctor Strange, I'm putting up my barrier.
No.
It's total acceptance of the other person. So you won't get pissed off if he's video gaming all the time, or she's video gaming all the time, or if she keeps spending on whatever, or whatever. It's total acceptance of mind, heart, body, soul, physical, and everything like that.
Everyone.
You're
should
allowed to
be
get
like
mad, but you accept it.
You're allowed to get upset with the person, but you totally accept
Like
their
spending
lifestyle.
money when we just shouldn't be spending
that.
money.
Well, but I mean, there's
Heidi, how you doing? I'm the one
like
spending the money.
a side tangent. I hate when this one guy, he worked for Pepsi, and his girlfriend would yell at him because he'd buy a thing of cupcakes and he'd eat them all like a day or two. And he's like, "Well, what do you
wrong
want
with
me?
these chicks?
What do you want me to do?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, it's not a fine wine. You don't fucking save it. Like the cupcakes were designed to be eaten.
Yeah.
Well,
And
did
if
he
you're
not
buying
save her one? Maybe.
I don't
Maybe
know,
that's
but
what
she
she
was
was
like,
pissed?
you ate them all in one day. Well, who fucking cares?
Remember
That's
when
why
Heidi-
you work.
Remember
and
when
to
Heidi
make,
brought those tasty cakes home? That was 2 boxes of
I forget. Yeah, but
gone.
Yeah.
I fucking house.
That's why food food is made to be eaten. You don't save it like it's fucking gold.
Heidi gets
I
mad
do that with
because
lunch
she.
meat.
I think me too. I crush lunch meat.
Yeah.
So what happens is Heidi. This is where she gets mad at me.
Mhm.
Well, she'll leave the house. She'll be like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna come home from work, because she'll be mentally in her head get excited for a snack,
Oh,
right? And then she
can't
comes
blame
home from work, and I ate it all.
her. Oh,
And then she's like, "You fucking piece of shit. You fat asshole. You ate all those."
Yeah.
And
See, I
she
would
did-
be pissed if you came home and you ate like all the PMP loaf. I'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, she's not mad. She's not mad at me generally. She's just mad because she had her hopes up for that.
I understand.
And I just got there before she did.
yeah.
But that's because I totally don't like, this is total acceptance. So whatever little quirk or if they
Our audience learned a lot about us.
Yeah.
this is a very, very intelligent episode or a very personal episode. But total acceptance is also like if you kind of wanted to have an open relationship, that both of yous are okay with that.
Yeah.
That's just an example. It's stuff on that kind of level. Seeing the number 1111 after thinking of the person. Now, this is always a common that they say
The wish number.
The wish number, yes. The sign of 1111 on a digital clock or on a license plate. To me, 1111 means like you're on the right track, basically.
I'm eye-rolling heavily right now.
I mean,
But
you would,
this kind of I'm going to read it in the way that I want to read this here. So 1111 usually means yes, you're on the right track for me. But if you're thinking of that person, like if you're thinking of that, oh my god, I love this guy or I love this girl, and then a couple minutes after you see 1111, or if you hear their name like a couple times, like say a girl likes Andy, and that's all she hears is the name Andy, and she sees the name Andy everywhere. It's like signs and synchronicities kind of
she
back
writes
it up.
on the bottom of her shoe.
oh.
That's where Andy wrote when he owned a toy in the movie
Yes.
Toy Story. He
In
wrote
Toy
it.
Story.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Did you ever write your name on your toys to mark them? That
My mom did. I didn't like that because I don't like to have marks on them.
That's a new thing now with people in a relationship. They carve their names in the soles of their significant other. They carve their names in their soles of their shoes.
Don't do. Oh, and so.
Oh, I
Soles of
thought
their
their
shoes,
feet.
yes.
I was like, ooh.
And then guys that wear cowboy hats, they'll put the pictures inside the
that's-
brim.
That's a little.
So
I had a picture of my
I also
girlfriend.
I don't.
I had a picture of the girl I was dating one time in my speedometer.
Oh, I remember that was popular.
And
Yeah.
it fell. So whoever owns that car, they're gonna take it apart one day.
I also
Who's
don't
this
like
girl?
the picture of the significant other as the background of your phone. Like,
yeah, you have said
I wanted
that.
one of
Too
them so
much.
badly that day, and they were gone. See, I told you. Yeah.
what kind of cupcakes were they?
Tasty cakes, the chocolate peanut butter.
Okay, they're all right.
Oh, I love them.
Not too. Not them fucking. Well, they look like big Kit Kats. They're peanut butter and chocolate.
No,
The tasty
I
cake,
like the
they're
taste. Yeah.
delicious.
Yeah, and I mentioned trials and tests. And then the only thing I would say next is there's one big quote with a twin soul, or like twin flames, is the soul knows, the mind doubts. So when you have that instant connection and you know that that's it, and then you sit and think about it like, no, maybe not, maybe I'm wrong. He or she's married, they're in a relationship, I'm totally wrong. Sit in that liminal space of yes, they're it, but it's not time for me right now.
Yeah. But that can happen though, because you know
have to kill.
I've heard of people-
Or let's not say
Don't kill.
they're married or living with somebody else. Say they live on the other side of the country.
Yeah.
It's just not time for you
But-
right now.
You know, I've had friends that they met somebody that was with somebody else, and then that person broke up, and then they got together.
Yeah.
Not that they broke up for that person.
They Pam and Jim
Did they stay? Did they stay together then?
I think so, yeah. But I mean, that happens, and I know
Yeah.
people tangentially that has happened.
That is literally the entire premise of The Office.
Yeah.
When people go back and
Pam
watch,
was with Roy.
they dissect that as like, were they at the end of the day they were a great couple, they were a kindred flame or whatever, or
Twin flame.
twin flames, but like, was their path to get there good? Did they do the right thing? So they handle things correctly?
But like, I see, I don't mind that because people break up and
Yeah, but
get
what
all
if-
the time.
but like, you can clearly interject and get
Was
and
Jim working on it?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
was Roy also not good at Pam? Yeah. So
I get that, but still, even though it's like,
yeah, even if the
you're
guy's
See,
kind
I've
of-
never seen this show.
you're kind
so
of
Oh
pushing,
my God,
you're
yeah.
kind of pushing your nose in
'Cause-
a little bit.
yeah, even if a
You
relationship
made a
is
move
bad,
when they
yeah.
were engaged.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Not
Yeah.
good. Not good.
Yeah.
But
well,
I don't. Yeah, don't fuck with somebody they're in a relationship. Wait till they get out.
yeah,
but if they're willing to go, they're gonna go.
That's right.
too.
That's true.
That's I always have that Tom Hardy quote in my head. It doesn't matter if there's a ring on it or not. If she's willing to go, then there's something wrong within that relationship that she can't say
Yeah,
no
That's
to you.
true. That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
I say don't
well,
work
Pam's
on
thing was she wasn't happy.
What
with
do
it.
you say? Don't work on
it. Yeah,
it.
don't work on it.
She was happy, but she
Don't
was,
work on the relationship or
Yeah, if it's going south.
Yeah.
yeah.
Get
Some people get comfortable in their situation,
But
and not
even-
so much in their relation. They're comfortable in their environment because maybe money or
Yeah,
financial.
yeah.
So
kids.
one
but-
wrong thing for you would throw it off.
Not one more thing. I mean, if it's consistently bad, and then, like, let's
She didn't
work
put
on
a
it.
fucking dish away right. You
Yeah,
would be
that-
like, get the
No,
hell out.
that's little stuff like that. No, but like if
Yeah,
it's
smash
if
that
it's
dish.
bad for a long time, it's probably not going to get
Okay,
better. So
all
if you're
right.
gonna, you know, that people
Good
like,
for clarifying.
we were
yourself here,
married
'cause
for
I'm thinking to myself, oh my god,
No,
like
no,
one
like-
wrong thing, no wonder.
Like
Like,
staying together for the kids when you
Yeah,
probably
like,
should divorce.
no.
no. And
Yeah.
if you're 10 years and like in the last 2 years you don't have sex and kind of hate each other, just get out. Don't work on it.
Yeah.
Get out.
I know many people like that though.
There is. Yeah.
And then like the I will not name names, but it's like the husband, they're married. The husband lives in the basement. The wife lives in the top of the house there with her new boyfriend.
Yeah, oh
and they're
boy.
still married.
Did you come to my
Jesus.
parents' house for dinner?
That's
Oh
what
my.
it is.
But like, at that
I know
point,
people like that. And it's like, why
go
the
your
fuck
separate
would you
ways.
do that? Yeah.
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 I could never do that. Never. Not a million years. Not, especially like on that level.
Anything else? When we wrap this up?
We can wrap it up here in a minute. I did want to go over the Greek words for love because these are really cute. And if you do read Lore Olympus,
Eros.
yes, and then there's one I'm going to pass off to you to talk about because I can't speak it or pronounce it right.
Also in the chat, while she's going over this last one,
Mhm.
we already have our people who want their cards read. So we have two.
Mhm.
But also, if you have an idea for a future topic, I know this one. We talked a little paranormal, supernatural.
There's a lot actually because reincarnation is that
So
Yeah,
if you're here for the spooky stuff, that definitely wasn't it. But we're open to all topics. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
throw some out there. If it could be legit anything. I'll probably have a few I'll pitch out to the team to see if they're interested in them as well, and to see if the listeners like it. But yes, put some in the chat that you're interested in. We're open to anything.
Yeah,
like I
especially
said-
the spirit. You can do anything spiritual, metaphysical, spooky stuff, ghost stories, all that kind of stuff. Andy likes cryptids,
the
so
aliens. So
And we always have,
aliens. Yeah, he likes aliens too.
we always have 2 chairs open. So if you ever want to come hang out
Yep.
with us too, we have 2. We always have a spot you can come.
Yeah,
and hang
Jackie,
out.
you want to come and hang out with me
Yeah,
on the podcast?
we can't. We won't say you're a permanent fixture, but you can come as a guest spot.
Yeah.
We tried that too
So-
many times. We just forced people in the chairs, and then 6
Yeah.
months later,
yeah, it doesn't work
you
out.
weren't my kindred flame, and I was like, I gotta figure
That's
this out.
just not wise anyway.
Yeah, it's just not that I don't dislike them. It's just listen, it
Yeah.
wasn't working, and I'm too nice to say no. And then you're stuck in a chair for 6 months, and then I'm like, I don't like this
It's
at all.
like a
Okay.
Yeah.
electric chair.
So
Now, Greek
you, can come,
word-
you can come as a guest.
Yeah, Greek words for love. So I'm gonna bypass what Tony's saying here and go into Greek words for love here because I took a whole class on this. Different words for love, and this is what a lot of people really need to realize. There are different types of love in this life.
That's true.
The biggest one you need is the love for yourself, because with twin flames and stuff, any twin flames or even soulmates or any kind of romantic connection, you cannot get it until you fully love yourself. Most of the time, those good romantic relationships come in when you are fully accepting yourself. You fully love yourself. You could sit here all day, every day with that crystal and be like, I want a relationship. I want a relationship with this certain person, or I want a relationship with this guy that has all these specific needs that I want. And I want them met. It will never come if you don't love yourself first. You need to love yourself and respect yourself
A
first.
lot of self-love.
Yeah.
Plus, don't harp on something like I need it. No, because then you don't. need it
Yeah.
Right now,
Here-
you gotta go fix
here-
something
This
else.
is a weird
Here's what
science.
I've
You're not
al-
going to get your perfect girl that you made in the computer.
No. And
What?
they ain't gonna knock at the door. So if you're just like, well, I couldn't meet anybody. Well, they ain't coming to knock at your door to find you. You
Yeah.
know, like. And I
Well, you
got-
can meet somebody nice on the computer. There's a lot of people who have
No, I'm
online
saying
romances.
You
weird
can.
science. They put the coordinates in of a girl and then scan a supermodel, and then their computer made her.
Weird
Oh.
science.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Okay. Now I get what you're saying.
Pop culture.
Great movie.
Yes.
And a great TV show too.
So these are some different words for love from the Greek dialect. Eros is that romantic, passionate love that you would have for a romantic partner, and he was technically Cupid. So these were all sons or daughters of Ares, usually Ares and Aphrodite, or Aphrodite and Poseidon. I know had one. And
That's wet love.
it's Aphrodite and somebody else too. I can't remember. So Eros was a son, and he's Cupid, a son of Ares and Aphrodite. He's romantic, passionate love. Philia is intimate and authentic friendship type love. So that's like us. We're like philia love, like we're friendship type love. Because it's okay to love your friends too. That's what people need to know too. Like
That's true. Yeah,
There-
not love as in you want to
no, right. There's not love in like Eros love, but it's a philia love. Like I love you guys as
and
friends.
that's PHILIA, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Ludus is playful, flirtatious type of love. So that's
Yeah.
like that person like you see out in the grocery store and you're just kind of flirting with.
Or a
It's
rapper
not that you're
from the
not
2000s.
That does sound like that.
Yeah, ludicrous.
ludicrous. Yeah. So ludus, yes, that's a playful, flirtatious style of that. When you see somebody, you're kind of flirting with them, but you don't want to bang them. Maybe not yet, but
No.
you want to be flirty with them.
you're gonna go home and think about banging them. And
Or,
then, and
or
that's-
you're like the old ladies that flirt with you.
is that cheating?
Yeah.
If you fantasize with somebody you met at a grocery store, then go home and just kind of double toot your own horn.
Nothing's cheating. Nothing's cheating if there's no physical involvement within our person.
Are you mentally checked out of your partner at that point?
Probably.
I disagree.
Probably.
No, see, I
disagree.
It's
Or you're
hard
at
for
least
me.
going down that road. I don't know.
Or
It's
you're
hard
just,
for me to
like,
comment.
you have an itch, you scratch it, and you move on. You get the poison out.
That's true. But I mean, like,
yeah, you and your get the fucking poison out.
It's a game.
it all depends on like how satisfied you are at your house. I don't know.
So, storage is unconditional family love. So this is the like the love that I would have in between like me and my mother. Like
Mhm.
storage is that kind of love, that familiar like love. Here's the next one, and this is self love, and I can't say it right.
That says masturbation.
Do you see it?
Agape?
No, agape is like love, the
Oh.
universal love.
Oh, where are we at here?
Right here.
Oh,
5.
Filatia.
That's self love.
Yeah, Filatia.
Nailed it.
I know
Female.
they're more of a Italian. So
Yeah.
I can't
Just
get
say
a
with your
Greek
hands.
accent. I've been to many diners and ordered a gyro, as they call it, a gyro, but I can't.
That's
get
a bucket
Greek
list place.
accent.
That's one thing you can't pick up quick then.
Yeah, there's
That's
some things I
unusual
can't pick
for
up.
you.
Yeah, maybe if I heard someone for a little bit, like I can't just automatically like,
That's Nikolai and I.
oh, do a Russian accent. You know, like
Yeah,
I can't do it.
That's
That's-
Nikolai and I's. Nikolai's and I's one of our like bucket list places. Well, I think he said he.
But Greece?
Greece.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that is self love, and that's the most important love
Philatia.
of all. Philatia. Ugh. Pragma is committed, compassionate love. So that's like to have a good relationship, you should have the pragma and the eros type of love, the
Mhm.
sexual lust and the committed, like you want to be committed to this person.
That's true. Because if you're with someone you don't want to bang them, that ain't good.
Yeah.
Like,
And
what a
I-
great personality. But
And then
Yeah.
7 is
Yeah.
agape, and that's
Oh,
Then you're just friends.
empathetic, universal love.
okay.
That's the love we should have for our community, for our strangers that are out in the street, instead of whipping them the bird, or you know what I mean, being angry towards somebody. You should have.
It's
you
very
should
Wonder
have that
Woman
ag-
these past too.
You should have to be like agape, the love for the community.
Yeah.
Basically, the love for everybody.
We have a lot of agape for all of you listeners that hang out.
So-
Agape sounds like it'd be a
Pokemon.
our nice like Mexican soda. Oh, this is an agape. Ooh, let me try that one.
You know what? That's a good call. I don't
Yeah.
like the Pokemon anymore. I'm with you with the Mexican soda.
Mexican soda.
All right.
It's a thing. It's
Uh,
not racist.
While we pull these cards, type in the chat some
I'm gonna pull some cards.
topic ideas. I'm gonna go through the thing
Hand
real
me the
quick.
crystal quick. I'll show.
Y'all
people.
gonna
If
pull
you-
some
if you're
cards
trying,
from
if
me?
you are trying to physically pull in that like love like energy, to use a flame like this, a classic cut or a modern cut flame, rose quartz is probably the most common and the best one to use. You would use it at your heart chakra, and imagine that vortex swirling into your heart chakra.
So you're drawing
You
in
either-
energy.
Yep, you can draw it. You can push it out into the world like how I usually do it. This is how I do it because I push it out into the world, because that's one thing I have. I have a lot of love in my life. I will say that. I'm blessed with a lot of love. To pull it in, you go like this. Point it toward your heart chakra. That's, and I would try and do it as ceremony, like as a ceremony, like a ritual type thing. Open a circle.
Yeah.
Put it to your chest now.
Imagine you're sucking it all in. Bring it in the power.
Yeah, it swirls around. Do you see how it's cut? Because that's how, when the crystals are cut like that, that's how it emits its frequency.
Oh, okay.
It swirls.
All right, so we got some thumbs up. Anything new here? No new thumbs up. No new hearts, but a laugh emoji. Bridget thought something was funny.
Okay. Thank you, Richard.
Hopefully it was me.
How do
Make
you
feel
use
better.
it to ward off love?
You hit them. With it.
Can't.
Ah.
Yeah.
You put it backwards. And
You,
then
you
stick-
crack it. You smash it, I guess.
Yeah, you
No,
smash it.
you're not. No smashing.
All right. So the first one, Bridget's gonna get her card read. So
Okay.
pull a card out for Bridget.
Boy, she's shuffling the deck. I'll
Shuffle,
do
yeah.
some commentary.
Audio here for the people listening.
Shelby is shuffling
Yeah,
the
do you wanna
deck, and
share-
she's gonna pull out a call.
Did you
for
share?
Bridget.
Did you bring up for anything for Barney and Barney?
Yes, I
and
did. Yeah, I have
You
a whole
want to
thing.
talk about it while I'm shuffling and I concentrate on her?
For what?
Okay, so I was for Black History Month. We were trying to do something. I mean, for a black person involved in some type of paranormal supernatural thing.
Yeah.
So one of the first alien abduction cases was. Let me draw on the voice of September 19th, 1961. Barney and Betty Hill driving in New Hampshire roughly 70 miles from their diner. I can't do that for.
They were interracial, right?
Yes, so
Yeah.
this is what. So that's why I picked them because Barney was a black man and she was white in 1961.
Mhm.
So like that's trailblazer right there.
They loosely used their story on American Horror Story.
Yeah, and they also did a movie James Earl Jones. I forget what it's called right now.
Yeah.
And he played Barney's part, but they said that they seen a craft and they didn't see any cars or anything, and that it was like almost like a disc, but like imagine an Oreo cookie but metal, and there's people in it, but there's wings off to the sides and there's red lights, and that
They were taken aboard, right?
yeah. Well, they didn't they at first they seen it and then they went back home and they were like, oh, we lost time. So time lost in our podcast. This will be a whole podcast. There's not
Yeah.
So I'm trying to simplify it. And then through hypnosis, because they didn't feel right, like what happened there, they found out that they seen this craft and land on the car and they took them up into the thing and they said that gray aliens were. And this also started the gray thing, and this also where Project Blue Book was based off. Like started from this them reporting this in 1961. So they said they got experimented on and that like she got a needle stuffed into her stomach to check if she was pregnant, and they said they could witness everything but they couldn't do anything. And there was a gray and there was one that was like the leader and they had big eyes. So this kind of started the whole alien abduction thing and the whole first time of a gray alien, because there was no aliens in that time in movies. They're all like robots and stuff like that, or lizards. But sci-fi was real huge in the late 50s, early 60s. So Barney and Betty Hill, look it up. I mean, we could do a whole podcast.
Yeah, maybe that's something that just we'll kind of.
But like the first an interracial couple in 1961, like why would they want to draw that attention onto them?
Bill said there's possibly a documentary on Discovery Plus about it as well.
Yeah, there probably is. There's a lot of podcasts.
I actually want to get Discovery Plus because there's a lot of like paranormal cryptid, like documentaries on there. So that's when I hopefully if I get this job, that's what I'm gonna get it and kind of. So we'll start watching.
Or if you're not using one streaming service, get rid of that and get that.
Yeah, I had one where I kind of found it's not so much paranormal or anything. It's more like I guess conspiracy or just kind of nasty American history, where certain towns and locations in our country were actually like predominantly black-owned businesses and schools, and they pretty much were forced to not be accepted by other communities, so they made their own, and they were thriving. They were property owners, they were business owners, they were getting power, they were collecting their own monopoly pieces, and then essentially one or two things happened and government and people kind of went in there and wiped them out and told them they couldn't have it anymore and then just flooded it.
That's a little bit of the story of Lake Lanier. And I was thinking about doing a whole thing on Lake Lanier and maybe Lake Lanier and various lake monsters.
The reason I brought it up is because
like the Sammy, I think his name is Sammy in Lake Champlain in New York.
Yeah, the reason that I brought it up recently because
that's old champ.
One of the
is that what it is?
Yeah, one of the big things is Central Park in New York City wasn't always a park. It was actually a bustling, self-owned black community where, like I said, they had their own schools, their own businesses, their own everything, and it was essentially burnt to the ground and turned into a park. Like so, every time that people of color started actually establishing themselves and becoming,
they're like, well, not for that.
Tear it down.
Yeah.
The reason I bring it up is because they just put a like $11.5 million gold block in Times Square.
Really?
I mean, Central Park. It's like a giant gold piece of block.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's like an art piece.
Okay.
$11.5 million.
That's a lot of money.
That can go to helping humans.
Yeah.
And they're just like, no, we're gonna put a gold block in the middle of fucking.
I mean, they could have made a cement block and painted gold. You know?
They could have taken $11.5 million and put it towards a lot of different problems that could help people. Yeah. All right. So this is the card she just pulled. It is the
Three of Swords. This is for Bridget.
I'm not gonna lie, Bridget. This art on the card's not looking good for you.
Okay,
especially
Bridget.
after our topic here tonight.
There's a heart.
It's usually
Let's describe the card.
There is a. Go ahead.
It's a heart that is split in two, and it's in three. Good call. And it looks like it has like it's being pulled apart in a bunch of different directions. And this woman is tied up by one of the strings, and she's screaming.
Let me see that.
She's in pain.
It looks almost like it could be a mid 2000s emo band cover or metalcore.
Good call. Good call. Like a Census Fails.
Yeah, she does have a tattoo of three swords on her arm, but she's not happy. The heart's being pulled apart.
I don't know much about this, Bridget, but it's not looking good for you.
A dying tree in the backwards.
What I'm getting, it's more of a sorrow.
Now, did you pull this? Did you pull that right side up or upside down?
No, right side up.
Okay.
For these, I'm only doing right side up.
Okay.
Even if they come up upside down, I've already made it clear to my spirit guides that I'm not reading reversals right now for people. So I only read reversals for myself. For this, Bridget, it's more for what I'm feeling from you. It's more of a past situation that you're still holding on to, of some sort of sorrow, maybe a pet passing away or a person passing away. It's some sort of grief on that, and that your heart's still broken, and you need to. Sorry. Sorry.
We'll get you there.
So you need to kind of like work on the grieving process and putting yourself back together. Basically, that's kind of what I'm getting on this. It's more of a sorrow, grief, maybe around a pet loss or a person.
Yeah,
loss.
whatever broke your heart, you should probably.
It's not about dwelling on it, but it's more about like learning to take this even taking small steps or slow steps to repair yourself and repair your emotional.
Start the process of getting normal again.
Yeah, maybe she probably is already normal, but it probably pops in the back of her mind and makes her really depressed at times.
There you go.
It's trying to quiet that part of your mind and that part of your heart. The one thing with like sorrow around, I don't know if it is around grief around a person, they go on to live in your heart as a ruby. That was always, and I'm wearing all my rubies tonight. That's the one theory about ruby. Here, take this one off.
Ruby.
That's a star ruby.
Ruby.
That's what rubies actually look like. And rubies, you probably can't see.
Oh, I thought they were more red. That looks like it's more
purple.
purplish.
No, that's what rubies actually.
If you're still here with us,
Really?
Bridget, tell us if that resonates
Yeah.
or if it does anything for you.
Yes.
If like you said, we have
It
some.
couldn't. Maybe it isn't a person, but that's a person or a pet. That's what I'm kind of picking up on. It could be just a shitty situation that you're attached to right now that you need to let go of.
She says yes, that resonates definitely.
Oh,
Okay.
there you go. Let it go, and you'll be all right.
Do you want to build a snowman? We have 8 people in the chat. If you want a card read, we're doing a 1 card reading. Let us know.
Yep.
Next up is our buddy Bill.
Bill.
We'll pull one for Bill.
Me and Bill are going to a satanic church tomorrow.
Oh my god!
No,
Don't say that. Satanic Church hasn't been in operational. I don't think they've been operational.
It's a concert
forever.
that's going to
the Satanic Temple.
It's a concert at where is that in
The
Reading?
Satanic Church. They were
At an arena.
The temple. No.
I don't think there's anything religious
Different.
at all.
We're going to see a band, but their gimmick to their band is when you come see their show.
Yeah,
it's a sermon.
An evil pastor, I guess.
Yeah, it's a demonic
Yeah.
pope.
Is that what
essentially.
Ghost is?
Yeah.
See,
It's like Kiss, but their whole shtick is
their shtick.
their shtick.
Yeah,
their
but-
gimmick.
yeah.
I'm into pro wrestling, so I love this whole idea of this band. I only know.
I like the whole idea. I do not like their music.
Yeah, I heard like
Tried.
2 songs. I
Yeah.
was into it, but
I can't.
I'm going in completely blind to all.
They
the
look cool.
bands.
It's probably a good stage
To
show.
Ghost or to the rest of them?
Goltz, Volbeat, and whoever the opening band is.
Mere mortals and 40-pound head.
Yeah, I'm pretty pumped. It's gonna be a fun time. I'm excited. I get to hang out with people who I hung out a little bit with, but people who
Yeah.
I wanted to like hang out with like on a moral level.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm pretty pumped about that.
And their merchandise looks really cool. I mean, all their stuff looks cool, but I can't get into the music.
Yeah, Zach and I'm having a brain fart. I had 2 beers. Fucking Zach's wife. Nikki, thank you, Nikki. Sponsor of the podcast. So if you click the links below, click our sponsor link. she has a
click on is it Persephone Eclectic? And
Yeah, she
you know,
makes a lot of cool things. You want to get
she makes a lot of really nice things.
your
I
significant other a little trinket for
she had
Valentine's
some
Day. She
nice
makes a lot of cool
stud
stuff.
earrings. I think that sold out right away.
Yeah, her and her
before I got
sister has Etsy shops in our so if you click to our link tree, it'll take you to a sponsor link. Click that sponsor link and you can see their merchandise. They're like a home like a
Do it yourself.
small business DIY. They make really cool crafts.
Mhm.
I know what they have right now is like a Valentine's Day where it's a heart on a plaque and it's all covered in blood splatter.
Yeah.
But it's like a legit looking heart. It's not like
like
heart.
a human heart.
It's like a human heart. So support them. They're love. But I'm gonna hang out with them, Bill, and the old Hare family.
Yeah,
I love me some Hares, Rish and Andy. So we're gonna listen to some.
It's in Reading, right? Or Hershey.
I think Hershey.
Yeah.
We're gonna listen to spooky bands.
So there's
All
nothing
right.
satanic about the giant center.
Oh, Bill, this card has
Queen-
already been pulled in the show. It is
Yeah.
is a woman sitting
Queen of Wands.
crisscross applesauce because it's a political term.
Andy got this one the last time.
She
the
has-
message I'm getting for Bill is more like, I'm sorry, you guys, let me go quick here. It's more of it's your time to shine now. Just keep doing do you and forget about whatever is going on.
That's right. Bill recently did something. I won't say because I don't know if anyone wants it to be done.
It's his
I'm very
time
proud
to
of him.
shine and to really come
So-
into his own and be proud and be himself and be free, basically.
This woman
That
looks
kinda
extremely happy, looks mentally
It's- and
and
it's
physically
time-
happy,
it's
and
time
she's
to-
found her flame.
And a thing with that is it's time to receive magic too. So you really need to take everything, be thankful for what you're receiving and make sure you are receiving it. So if you're getting a compliment from a person, or if you're having a good conversation with a person, or if you're having trouble thinking around that I don't deserve this type shit, let that go.
I had a
because you
really
feel-
good heart to heart with Bill, me, Heidi, and Bill after our last Bangin' Beers.
Yeah, I walked out on you.
There's a lot of like, even tonight, I learned a lot more about you that I didn't know before. Like a lot of people on the show, like I don't know a lot. Like I think most of the podcast now, except maybe Nikolai, I don't. I mean, we've hanging out for like 4 years, but we never really dove into each other a little bit. Or mostly I'm the one talking and not really learning about you. So it's kind of cool to be getting close to one another and learning about each other via a lot of this is happening right in front of your ears and eyes on the podcast. So that's kind of cool. Last call for alcohol. If anyone wants a card read, let us know. If not, Andy, what do you have to plug? And maybe tell us your shirt and where you got it. So when I tag it later, it helps me out.
I got this shirt FYE, and it's a Chilling Adventures of Sabrina shirt. It's based on the comic. I think it was
Cool
out
shirt.
right when the show was coming out. It is a really cool shirt. I was like, shit, I gotta get that, even though it was $25.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I was like, fuck, I need it.
I just went and reorganized all of my t-shirts.
Really? Oh
Yeah.
boy, mine go in like the rainbow. So just so you know.
But, well, I sort mine by I have a horror bin,
Yeah.
and I have one side of the bin is all just normal horror shirts, and the other one's all fright rags.
Oh boy.
Then
Wow,
I
so
have-
you're way more in depth than
Then
I
I
am.
have all of female wrestler shirts. Doesn't matter what promotion,
Mhm.
but all the female wrestlers. Then I have an independent, all the
That
females.
takes a lot of time.
Then I have independent by like Sanctuary, Camp Leapfrog, or people
Oh
who
my God.
who
Jesus.
I've met other shows like Outbreak and
Yeah.
stuff. So like if I want to like, oh, let me grab somebody. The Sanctuary and PBW people I see, and Leapfrog people are people I
Mhm.
was seeing more on a regular basis, so I can try to grab their shirts.
Yeah.
And then I have it broken down by AEW and WWE.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so I have.
That's
It
must
took
have-
me a while yesterday, but that's what I worked on.
No, I just got, it goes red and blue.
Yeah.
Their colors are all together.
Evening, all. Andy, I found another placemat for you. I put it away and saving it and give it to you if you like it. So remember when you bought a Tree of Life, the placemat?
Oh, that's Sherry from the Tree of Life.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I gave them to my mom for Christmas. She really liked them. It was the Ouija board.
Yeah.
4 of them. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I think I already asked him, Sherry, and he didn't need the extra one.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. So if
If we come, well,
I mean,
we
if you
actually-
want, I'll give it to my mom.
yeah. We are planning. We're gonna talk after this podcast here and work out a date to come back and do some stuff. I actually was just talking today with. She messaged me about how she can do stuff virtually, and a
Thank
good
you, Sherry. That's very nice.
and a good mic. Melanie, about a mic that she could use, like
Mhm.
about getting a good mic.
What
So,
about Dottie, Sherry?
yeah, Dottie. We have to do Melanie and Dottie soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, so let me know some events going on. Message me privately, and we'll set up a day to come and do another on location at Tree of Life. And if you just want to come hang out and live in person and meet us, we can do it at the Tree of Life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I can do, if Sherry still lets me, I can do light and shadow readings on crystals
Ooh, light
too.
and shadow.
That's if she lets
Pokemon.
me.
What we did last time on there was really fun. Where like we told us to go find.
Yes,
something at
that's
the
what I'm
store.
talking about. We can do a couple for people in the audience there if she lets me do it. So
That was
we go,
fun. That was
yeah.
really fun. I got to
Yeah.
learn about. So like, the cool thing with Tree of Life is we were going there, and things got busy. I'm doing 5 shows, but
Mhm.
we're kind of finding our own way now. But going in there and seeing like the chakras and the Baphomets and this and that, and I'm like learning more about what each thing actually,
Mhm.
like the 3 moons and like the 3 women, and learning about the
Maiden
diff-
Mother Crone.
Yeah, I didn't know. Like I'd seen all these symbolism, like if I never really dove into what it meant. And the Tree of Life was a good gateway for me to learn about what all this stuff meant. So it was really
Yeah.
cool. And once again, another sponsor, Tree of Life, head to
True,
our
very true.
sponsor
It is-
page.
and it's a nice store.
April. She's saying April. So yeah, we could do that.
Oh, I thought it was a person. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, who's April?
Card reading was obviously accurate. Annie and Tony
April
can
from
attest.
Teenage
Obviously,
Mutant Ninja
Yes.
Turtles.
yeah. April
April
O'Neil.
show. Yeah.
What do you got to plug, Kelly?
Tornado Tag tomorrow or tomorrow, Thursday. Yeah.
We're going to be covering the new announcements for the High Tension Wrestling Network and their High Tension Originals. Not really breaking news, but we're going to be talking about the Moran and Friends movie,
Yeah.
which
The movie,
both
the
of us were a
match, the
part
show,
of.
Yes.
Yeah, which is really exciting. So it was a podcast that inspired a wrestling movie.
Yeah.
So there's going to be skits, and the skits lead into a match, and then yours truly, alongside of the Bob Culture podcast, Rob, will be the lead commentators on it. So you'll be hearing us
Mhm.
doing commentary while we're here, while during the entire show. So we made a movie.
Yeah,
We're going to be in a movie.
I wrestle on
You're-
one of the matches.
You're in action. So if you want to support us on that
Yeah.
aspect, check the Tornado Tag podcast. And
And I'd like to, because Jackie was in the chat tonight, I'd like to give another shout out to Jackie there. If you want a more in-depth tarot reading, reach out to Jackie or myself. I'm doing Reiki and readings for $30 for a distance.
maybe we'll
session,
bring
so-
Jackie on if she's comfortable. I don't want to ask
Yeah.
for anything for free, but maybe she can come on and do tarot reads for the show.
Yeah, maybe she'd do in-depth
Yeah,
ones.
or we'll
Yeah.
talk about whatever she wants to do. Or she's comfortable with. I would have learned something like that.
She's
I don't know
she's
if I-
from a little farther away. She's down near like the Hamburg area. So I don't know
Oh,
if you
okay.
want to drive.
Yeah,
but-
Tell
well,
us
well, it
stop-
depends. Some
Stop
people,
at 1787, get a couple beers, and then bring them up.
Check the
Yeah,
Walmart because
so
I need
I
a couple He-Man figures if they have them.
Yeah, grab some He-Man figures.
You just have to do everything
at Walmart. Grab some beer at 7th.
Go to Rudders. All right.
Oh, peanut butter chocolate milk because I haven't tried it yet. So stop at Rudders
That's
and
it.
then come hang out and
And then go home.
then get the hell out. No, I'm joking.
Drop off her stuff.
What's that? I'll drop a chat then. Awesome, Sherry. Really looking forward to it. We have to go see the Salt Room. I think the Salt Room is going to be close to be done.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it was really, really far
Yeah.
along last time we were there. So hopefully maybe that's a thing. Planning on a date in April with Dottie. Cool. So
Yep.
even as before
What,
April.
what
if
does
you wanna
Dottie
just-
do?
So Dottie, she's
oh, listen to this.
Dottie has like a connection to the Galactic Federation. So she's like aliens and
Fucking sold, right?
Boy.
and yeah, she can download or channel higher beings, higher frequency
Oh my.
beings from space. Yeah, from that kind of stuff.
I'm
Like
so
especially
excited.
around the Galactic Federation.
Riley.
Can she talk to the transition?
And
can-
she'll
can she get
explain
this-
it, like she did do one class over there, and that's what I'd like
What
her
if
to do
she
here
tells
is
that-
explain like the tiers of people.
What if she
yeah.
tells that Riley was completely right?
Yeah, I'm like, oh my god.
Riley Martin nailed it. Yeah, I really want to meet her because that's
Okwa Tenzin Wall.
I see. I think she would be the perfect person for
Oh,
this.
Yeah, she
podcast.
wants to do it.
I mean,
yeah.
I love Melanie and stuff too, but it's meditation.
So-
you know,
Melanie. This is for me. Like, so I'm still open minded. I'm still trying to learn everything. So some things I have a hard time grasping onto. But when I
Mhm.
had a conversation with Melanie, I want to learn.
she'd be good for your spiritual like medicine journeys and stuff.
I want to
She
learn
was like
more
the
how to-
helper for some of that. Like,
I want to learn how to meditate better.
Okay.
Like, I feel when I meditate, I just fall asleep,
Oh, yeah, you
Practice.
could just get so relaxed. That you just-
and I don't know what is a daydream or me just trying to manifest mentally,
Okay.
or what's actually meditation or me actually sleeping. So I need to find a way to properly
I think
meditate.
if I tried, I'd probably fall asleep too.
I do it every time. Yeah. And then
I was-
Dottie, it's just because if there's anything in the world that I want to believe in more than anything, not ghost spirits,
Mhm.
regression.
aliens. Yeah.
I want aliens to be a real thing.
yeah.
There
and
is
she-
somewhere in the universe there is other.
There has to be.
Yeah.
There fucking has to be.
Yeah.
I can
And
buy
see,
the
like
fact.
she had explained when I was there, like they don't interfere in our business. Like they want us to learn our own lessons, type thing.
See, I think they're. I
But
think
see,
they're,
now they're starting, and she'll tell you like the conspiracy, not conspiracy, but the thing of like a lot of like the reptilian people and stuff were like a lot of Nazis and stuff.
Ooh,
There you go.
I bet. Yeah, that's interesting.
Like they influenced them, hardcore. Like they actually gave them a lot of their science and stuff
Yeah.
because they weren't good people.
hmm I want to learn all what I want to dive into this
So
world. I want.
that's I'd really like Dottie
I
to
want-
have a good chunk of
Yeah,
time.
just keep
I want
talking.
Men
'cause
in
we'll just- yeah.
Black to just knock at my
And she
door
was
'cause I know
also-
too
Yeah.
much.
She was also in the Challenger program.
Was
one that-
she?
yeah, so she was one of the backups to actually go to space.
Wow,
She
how
was
about
one of them that went and trained.
I don't. I.
That's interesting too.
If they told you right now, Andy, we listen to podcasts, we love it. We're gonna open the door to anyone on the podcast to go to space. Would you do it?
I don't know.
Absolutely
No.
I
not.
don't know.
No,
I don't
I-
really have a strong
I-
desire to
I
go
don't
to
either.
space.
Me neither. I don't care to go to the moon. I like looking at the moon from down
The
here.
alleged moon.
Yeah, the Legend Moon.
It's there.
It's man-made.
Jesus.
Man-made moon.
Where's
There's a base
Brian?
inside.
I'm gonna talk to Brian on Friday.
It doesn't exist. I'm just going through all the moon theories.
Yeah.
I want him
She
so
channels
bad to come
beings.
for the conspiracy episode.
Yeah, you will love Dottie channelings. Oh, I'm super pumped. It's gonna be fun. Like I said, I'm learning a lot. The show, it's
Yeah.
a lot of fun. We're 44 episodes. We're closing in on 50.
And there's
That's
so much
crazy.
to talk about. Yeah.
So much stuff. So if there's any topics you guys want us to cover, let us know. Send us a message. Head over to the IWEP network or check the links that are in this chat below.
Yes.
Head over and leave a review. We'd like to read reviews on podcasts. Reviews and 5 stars on Spotify and Apple help us so much. So, and word of mouth is the only way we're going to grow. So by you sharing this stream or telling people like, hey, I listen to this podcast, you check them out. They're annoying or they're funny or they whatever it is that makes you enjoy this. If you did, let us know. If there's things that we need to work on, message us. We're always open for interpretation.
Yeah.
Like
This is like I think Tony said it before. This is kind of like a round table thing. And honestly, if anybody comes to you and says, I'm the perfection, I know everything, that's horse shit. That is horse shit. Everybody's
Unless they're
learning.
Mr. Perfect. you know,
Yeah.
like-
yeah,
Unless you're Mr.
and
Perfect.
he's already dead.
yeah. So,
There's only 2 people in this world who are supposedly perfect and died. one's Jesus and one actually was Mr. Perfect.
Yeah, so, yeah.
So
I never seen Jesus throw a football, run and catch
I've
it.
never seen
So.
Jesus throw a towel over his
Yeah.
shoulder and Bobby Heenan catch it
Yeah.
behind his back
You ever,
without
you
looking.
ever see Jesus spit out gum and hit with his hand? In the
Never,
audience? I've
never
him.
seen Jesus spit
How-
out gum
how
and
many times
smack it out of the air.
Has Jesus been a continental champion? I'd say none.
Yeah. Do you ever see Jesus
my
give
God.
who did he give a perfect plex to? A big guy.
Plenty of people.
K-
The
Kevin
Big
Nash?
Show, I think he did.
Big Nat, yeah.
I think it was Big Show.
Never
Well,
seen Jesus
the
do that.
Giant, yeah.
I physically see Mr. Perfect do it.
So there you go.
Can we start a religion where Mr. Perfect is Jesus? Except Mr. Perfect's actual son is not that cool.
His music was all right.
Yeah. I mean, he's cool, but he's definitely not. Like, if Mr. Perfect's God,
Yeah, ain't that cool.
his kid is definitely not Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's nice.
The
I'm sure he's a
same-
nice guy. But
Yeah. Jesus or Mr. Perfect?
we need to make a T-shirt where Mr. Perfect is our
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
All right, we're getting out of here before this
Yeah.
gets
All right. Go find
See
your
you
twin
guys.
flame.
If you have any questions or comments, please DM me on the Truth Behind the Illusion.
If you do
page.
buy
I
any
will
merchandise too,
help you.
please take a photo of you in said
Yes.
merchandise and send it to us because we get excited to see people wearing our T-shirts. It doesn't happen very often, so we like when we see it. Thank you guys so much.
Go look for your soulmate, your twin flame, your
Go.
karmic partner, whatever you want to find, or if you don't want to find, that's fine too.
I think the closer you're gonna get to a twin flame than if you light yourself on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're out of here. Tornado attack. Truth Behind Illusion.
Nobody
we-
light themselves on
We got
fire.
triple.
Yeah,
fun.
and don't murder people because you want to be in love with them. Bye.
Oh my god.